And welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. I am one half of your host and virtual bartender, Mr. Nick Teodoro. Joining me, as always, is my tag team partner in life, my wife, Miss Nicole. What are you having, Nicole?
Oh, you know me. Some Tito, some orange, some crayon. Mr. Nick, tell the people what you're drinking and our three things for the show.
I know, Nikki, as you are tending to the bar, you are self-serving tonight. Well, I'm having my J. Lure 7 Oaks Cabernet, as per usual, as you like to say. Well, John Cena wins the Intercontinental title in Boston. AEW gives us blood and guts, while WWE sets the stage for War Games. And Chelsea Green becomes the first ever two-time Women's United States Champion. All that, much more. It's Friday, November 14th, 2025. This is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
My baby want a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell him bring another round when he's ready to go. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near Fifth Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
And welcome back in, everybody. Happy Friday. If you are new here, welcome in. Smash the old like and subscribe, or hit the old 5-knuckle shuffle on the like button. If you are a regular, you know we love having you back. Nikki, it's been a week. We have a lot.
Crazy week. I do want to say, cutting you off a little bit, but like this was a really fun week of wrestling, and I want to be like, wrestling's back, because we can shit on a lot of things, but like this was a good week. This is going to be like a fun podcast tonight. Talk with everybody. This was a fun week. I'm excited.
I know. I am very excited. This is a very fun week of wrestling for us in WWE and AEW, and it's a very fun week in wrestling for us in general, Nikki, because we are taking the show once again on the road tomorrow. That's why I am here locally at Linda T's Not So Airbnb. Thanks again, Linda T. But I know Linda, the meatloaf. You want it?
Hey,
But
I made meatloaf for you on Tuesday.
I know you did. It was very good. But yes, tomorrow we are heading down for the pre-show live stream, Mount TCW, Titan Championship Wrestling, Mount Olympus. It is the big show of the year, so make sure you catch that tomorrow. We've got friend of the show, Toni in a ladder match, a title unification match going on. That's going to be a blast against Jack Martins, against his former student. So that's going to be a fun one that we'll learn a little bit more about tomorrow. Francesca Cini competing for the Titans Goddess Championship as well. So a lot to get to, in addition to the world title match, which if Anthony Gangone wins, they are shutting down TCW. And then we also have the, of course, Mount Olympus Rumble. So we are doing the pre-show. We're going to have our normal trivia, maybe a little mixture, Nikki, of trivia with maybe some ladder match, maybe some battle Royal Rumble questions in there. So there's going to be a little bit of everything. So we're going to see who's going to join us for trivia. We're going to have some of the superstars or the wrestlers on the show joining us tomorrow. But that is tomorrow. We are super excited about that. We hope you join us tomorrow.
Go support your local indie shows.
Yes.
It's affordable. You can take your whole family, get some hot dogs, watch some awesome wrestling, see the Cheenies, Irishin. Fun. Support your local indies.
Exactly.
Anyway, go on, babe.
No, that was it. So that, and then also we're taking the show back on the road December 7th with SSP Super Strong Pro Wrestling. That is going to be a super Proving Grounds. Excuse me. They're super excited to take part in that. That's their debut show. So again, a lot coming up, but that is all in the near future. But right now, in the more immediate future, we have my favorite segment, your favorite segment, Nikki's favorite segment, Nikki's non-kayfabe news.
We got to mark our calendars because this Nikki's news is not sad this week. We got some fun news. So first off, Chavo. Oh. But Chavo Guerrero and sort of revealed, talking to Bill Apter, that he is signed back with WWE, but in a backstage capacity role, that he's going to be down helping in AAA, which I think is fantastic. I feel like they kind of need, because it's like you got like the Undertaker down there booking it. I feel like you need someone that has like who's from like historic lucha family and understands that kind of genre. So it's like, I'm excited for him to be back. And again, like he helped on the show. I was he on Heels, but he was definitely on on Glow. Glow was not coming out of my brain, but he was
he did a lot of backstage stuff with Glow. He was very like highly recommend him, and I think Carlito.
Carlito did it. So I feel like there's nothing but good news, and I feel like he has like a creative brain for it, and I think that can only help AAA, WWE. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, they need more agents and people that know how to book and have that history and that experience. And yeah, I think in AAA it'll be interesting to see where they go. And like again in that I haven't liked, I know they've been kind of commercializing it a little bit in WWE-izing the product a little bit. So I'm hoping that Chavo is going to be someone who can really hybridize it and keep it, some of the more traditional lucha libre, in AAA, traditional items that they have, and kind of move on, and that he could be someone who also again booked great matches, a lot of creative finishes that maybe we'll see, and that's really what we want to say is something new, or or even rehashing old stuff that works.
I think the word that you said is so great as hybrid. Like I get like they're gonna make it a little more glossy. It's gonna be Steven, exactly. It's gonna be have the WWE gloss to it, but I don't necessarily. A lot of people, again, I haven't watched a ton of AAA before, obviously WWE buying them, but it was like everyone said it was a little more gritty, a little more grassroots. Like I think you can find a little bit, and I think maybe that's where kind of AEW is at. It's just like there's the polish of being like a major company and having the funds to do so, but still having that gritty kind of, I don't say underground, but that kind of feel to it too. There has to be a middle ground. So I want to see how this goes.
Yeah, no, that's true. It's exciting. I guess we'll see. And I'm sure in the coming months, we'll see what he has his fingerprints on.
Exactly.
Moving on, Nikki, what else you got?
Moving on, they had announced, Nick got the fancy press release that Elimination Chamber 2026 is going to be in Chicago. They're going actually into sort of AEW's turf. It's going to be at the United Center. It's the first time they've been there since, God, they said it to the Cold Plug, and I'm not going to remember, but like 90 something. Because usually they're at whatever they call the Rosemont Horizon now, whatever that, with the wooden roof that Stone Cold Plug. But they're going to be at the United Center, which is a kind of a different venue for them. But it's, I feel like it makes me feel like CM Punk is winning this. Like it's CM Punk color again. I know it's like Punk
or a big turn, or it could be a very big turn where you have,
it's in Chicago.
You have a good heel moment where someone screws him out.
They just did that last.
Yeah, you do it again, but in his hometown.
No, we already did that. No, but so I don't know. I get Punk vibes. So I don't think Punk's winning the Rumble. I think he's going to win the Elimination Chamber because he should have won last year, but Seth Rollins got involved. So, but yeah. So like Steven's saying, it's going to be gold in Chicago. But yeah. So I love that we're getting even though we can go on about the location, we're getting a proper January Rumble, and then a late February Elimination Chamber, and then there should be the gap like they did this year, and then have Mania in April.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what ends up happening, and but I think it's too easy to predict Punk.
Just
winning.
because it's simple doesn't mean it's wrong or bad. Sometimes the simple and the path of least resistance is just the right way to go. But we'll be here debating this. I can't wait until, the Rumble's my favorite, and we're kick off the road to WrestleMania. And the road to WrestleMania goes through Chicago this year.
Another big city, so I'm sure it'll create a lot of opportunities for some big moments, for sure. Nikki?
Hit my music.
All right, Nikki, let's switch it over to AEW, our AEW portion. Yes, as we switch over, let's hear from the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Kris Statlander.
This is the AEW Women's World Champion, Kris Statlander, and this is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
Love it.
All right, Nikki. Our AEW weekly takeaways. We are going to discuss Blood and Guts, the two big matches. But before we get to, we'll start with the ladies, but anything aside from the two Blood and Guts matches from the week in AEW that you want to discuss?
I threw it in our group chat. I love Ricky Steamboat. Not that there was a lot to do. He had the promo off with the FTR. Rick was supposed to be there, but Rick Flair wasn't feeling well. But I love him. I can't say this enough. And he's just, I don't know. Go back and watch this segment. He's just so classy. I don't know. There's something about him that I absolutely love.
Way more than necessary. I don't know. You were like, Ricky Steamboat. And
I know. I didn't
it's like, did he win the title?
I know. I was like, Ricky Steamboat forever. And I sent the iconic gif of him coming up the ramp with the belt and George Animal Steel's holding him. I was like, I don't know. Go watch the promo. I love him. How dare you?
But yeah, I don't know.
The one.
Oh yeah, he gets. Brodito gets over on FDR. Other than that,
Steven,
Hangman announced.
Sorry, Steven and the pun.
Yeah. Yeah, and then ultimately we see that for Full Gear, the big announcement is that Hangman Page, Samoa Joe will be inside a steel cage. I think they're just going to try and trying to add a little bit more.
It's weird to announce a steel cage match inside the Blood and Guts arena.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. I don't know. It's going to be fine, but that's,
Yeah, it's different. I don't know. I get it. I get storyline why, in terms of the flow of the night, it made sense to some extent, but yeah, it doesn't make it seem like it's more of a blood feud like it should be on that front.
I don't know.
But we'll see. But Nikki, let's start with the ladies because again, it's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, as Steven said, you can't have Blood and Guts without blood.
He meant Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat's real last name is Blood.
Oh.
Why do you ruin jokes?
Oh, I do. Oh, sorry. Well, still, I don't care. Ugh. I had my nice segue that you ruined because you didn't attend.
You ruined Steven's joke.
Can't catch them all. They can't all be winners. But
catch them.
Unbelievable.
I love you.
Sometimes you just make me want to strangle you. Nikki, what are your thoughts on women's blood and guts?
I actually really did like this match. I think 12 of them know going into this, like this is their first one. They're finally doing a women's one, and they had to put it all out there. Sky Blue MVP, the poor little pickle was bleeding within like 2 minutes of the show. But I feel like everyone had these big shots, their big moments, these big shots. Fucking Marina Shafir took off her boots and she's running around in glass. She's stepping on glass and stepping into somebody else. I was like, ow. Like Megan Bayne looked like so good. Like and then I don't.
The Moné belt spot, I really like.
That's exactly. I didn't know if you wanted me to go into spots, but Moné coming out and handing all the women a belt to use as a weapon was class. I love Harley Cameron bringing out her Mercedes puppet, then her ripping off the puppet, then there's brass knuckles. I was like, that was a beautiful touch. I thought it was, I really liked, I don't think we've seen this in any of the women's, like on the other side, that like the heels got all of the goodies outside and they locked the goodies like outside. I thought that was interesting. That led to the finish, and I don't know if you want me to go to the finish yet, or you want something other.
No. I mean, well, we'll stop there. But yeah, I thought a lot of the spots, like originally, because I guess it was 6-on-6, but originally it felt like a thrown together match for like the women's tag division to try and like maybe get more spots over for the women's tag division, and like that's kind of how I felt like the match was in general. But then, yeah, as it went on. Oh yeah, I mean they shelled out. They busted their ass to put together a great match, and it was much better than the men's, I thought. I liked a lot of what they showed. I just don't know. I think it made sense that the heels got over, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't know who's probably supposed to be made to look the strongest out of this, except as we get to the finish.
Okay.
And where basically Toni surrenders, gives up whatever the term is, taps because Marina has, oh my God, Mina. Marina has Mina. Say that 3 times. Yeah. In like a death lock. So, so my question is, like, I like the end of this. Like, what are your thoughts on the ending? And then the other question is Marina Shafir finally getting a push.
This is okay to backtrack briefly, because you're like, who does this benefit? I think it really does. I think they pivoted with Penelope getting injured and then having Marina come, and then these two, big baddies joining forces. I think maybe they are going to pivot and put the belts on them, and I think maybe this is a way to get Mina and Toni out of the tournament. But again, like what Steven said, like so her choke thing is called Mother's Milk, which chef's kiss. And then Megan Bayne was hitting her, like whipping her with one of Mercedes's belts. And then you had the other three holding Toni, making her watch. And then she's crying, like basically Mina's passed out at this point, so she surrenders to protect Mina. And like I think Brian said it on comms, like she has to, she's in love with her, she loves her, she has to protect what she loves. So that's why she kind of. But like, I agree. I think
that Marina was a standout.
Was the standout? Agreed. And like the nail spot, her throwing the mirror at Toni again, her taking off her shoes. I was like, this was, and it's crazy because she's been in this business for a while. She's been in WWE, AEW for a while, and then with Mox for a while. I feel like this was kind of like her coming out party. Like she was the one to watch. Like me, like and there's a couple things that bothered me. I feel like they went to the wide shot too much. And then sometimes you missed, I forget who it was now. Was it Sky Blue, where someone was doing it to Sky Blue? Basically the Tiger Fame 619 kick, like they went through the ropes and they cut away. And then something else was about to happen and like they cut away. I'm like, I get it's the chaos of the match, but I'm like, you know what the match is doing. Like you kind of know where to focus. And they kept panning out a lot, which bothered me. But like, I think again, like all 12 of them came out bloody as AF. Like I think Jamie Hayter chipped some teeth. They all are, I think they put on a hell of a show, and my hats go off to these ladies a lot. But I think the ones to watch coming out of it, I loved how they all like post together. But like, I think coming out of this, Marina and Megan Bayne are the ones to watch.
Yeah, and we kind of discussed about like how the importance of Megan Bayne and like how they're going to try and build her up, because we thought that, you know, they gave her that initial run with Toni, like right towards the belt, towards the title, and then just like kind of like everyone else falls by the wayside. Like Thekla's has a similar kind of path that you're worried about. So yeah, I'm hoping that now they'll find some angle to keep Megan Bayne kind of in the periphery of the world title, but there. It also looks like more and more, it really does look like, unfortunately, you know, she does our AEW promo, but I don't think Kris Statlander is going to have that belt very, very long. I think Mercedes.
No, but I don't know. I feel like this match made a lot of stars, and that's like the one thing that I say about both companies. Like, where are your stars? But it's like Toni was really, even though like I guess between you had your established star Moné on one side, and you had Toni on the other, and you really had like a bunch of new kids or the up and coming kids. Like this felt like a fresh, which is weird to say, but like it felt different. And I'm sorry, I have like this weird thing in my throat. I'm gonna cough. But I'm here for it. I don't know. I think this is good. And honestly, like, I think the women's war games, again, how are we not, we're all going to compare. Again, all the boats on the ships, we watch everything. But, like, I feel like the ladies will get to it, but, like, they have some stuff to live up to.
Well, yeah. Well, let's move over from the ladies to the men's, and let's take a look back at some of the highlights from the men's blood and guts match this past Wednesday.
The world is a vampire sent to drain secret destroyers, hold you up to the flames. And what do I get for my pain? Betrayed desires and dark piece of a game. Even though I know, I suppose I'll show all my crew and go like the Joe. Despite all my rage, I'm still desperate.
Nikki, your men's blood and guts thoughts.
I know we're going to come back. Let's start, but I have to say, Kyle O'Reilly forever. I'm ecstatic that he got the win in this, but we'll get to the end later. But you have the photo up, and you should probably have made this white, black and white. But Kyle forever. This was a fun match. It just felt different. Like the first thing you opened with was the fork thing. And I was like, ugh. Like, I feel like the women had this crazy battle. And to me, the men's just feels a little more grosser because they're like forks and they're biting and they're like spitting on each other. Like, to me, it grosses me out more when
It's
like the women.
Not car crash TV, but like it's like the shock value. Shock.
Yeah.
Shock.
And I
It's
feel like the
immediately
women had just as hardcore of a match, but they weren't like being gross about it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't need to see, like, I need the death. I will get there, but I'm like Darby and Mox are like enough. I am done with this. So like, again, Kyle doing it. And this was, I love this transformation of Pac because it was like in WWE, he was like the small guy. He was the Mighty Mouse guy. He was just like, you know, he was a cruiserweight. Him holding up Darby Allin over his head.
Gorilla press.
Looking jacked AF. I was like, who is this man? Like, go off for sure.
He always looks like he's gonna fall over face forward to me.
Who? Because he feels like he's top heavy.
He's so top heavy, he just feels like he should just flop over to one side and like just like waddle like a penguin.
Weeble wobbles, but they don't fall down.
Yeah.
But I like this match. I'm just maybe this storyline wise, I'm like ready for the next thing, and I'm hoping. I think Reese put in the chat like Mox tapped out. He's on this tap out thing. them kicking him out, Marina and Megan taking over the Death Riders, I'm here for this. Risa could not agree with that statement more. It's definitely different things. Beneficial in both ways, but maybe because we've just seen it so much lately. It's every pay-per-view. Jon Moxley and Darby Allin are like gross with each other. Like I'm kind of over and again, like I said before, maybe I'm not a sicko, but I absolutely love the women's match. I absolutely loved. I didn't think we're really going to touch on it too much. But
it might be. It's a whole other level for Darby Allin. Yeah, Jon Moxley.
Because then I really liked Hangman Hobbs. That was an incredible match. Go back and watch that if you haven't. Like that was such a fun match. Again, there's different. I don't know. I'm tired of the blood and spitting on each other. But overall, I think there's very cool spots. I love that Mark Briscoe had a pulley system to get chairs to the top of the cage. I think that was super fun. I don't know what. That was super cool. Yeah. Then him hitting the J Driller on the top was super awesome. So you have those little like.
Well, I was surprised that Mark Briscoe got as much of a put. I thought he was going to get taken out, and that someone was going to take his place. Like we thought Swerve would have been a nice.
We did. It was like, maybe Swerve. You bring Swerve back this way. But again, I'm glad him coming out and having that spot. I love Mark Briscoe.
So I do. Throughout this question, so we talk about the end and how Mox is now tapped out, and Reese threw this in the chat, like maybe Mox goes on this tapping spree, which he's done now. So my question is, do the Death Riders begin to turn on Jon Moxley?
I hope so. Again, I say this every week, Jon Moxley, I love you, but go on vacation, take Renee somewhere nice. I think it'd be more interesting because I think everyone was saying that like when the Judgment Day, when like Rhea left, or like, they're going to implode. And they spun off in their own different story. Was it maybe as strong? No, but it's something different. And they kept going. I'm excited to see Marina take over and then have her feud with the conglomeration because her husband's in there. And like when they had their stare down the other time, and you still have like Willow in that group. Like I think that's a different pivot than like, let's get away from Mox and Darby and we can tell different stories. I feel like this is the same story. And I think we can do something different with it. With the same players, just take out two, insert the other ones.
This should be, this is a fair, I know the group's not getting dismantled, but this would be a fair send-off for the Death Riders. Like you had them in Blood and Guts, Darby Allin's part of it. You have, the conglomeration who they kicked their ass how many times, and getting their revenge. Like this is a good moment to get their revenge on it and like push that group out. I could see this being, but it's not, unfortunately, it's not the end of it.
I think you got to figure out, because the next we're going to Full Gear. Then what would be the match of Full Gear? You
can't do Mox Darby anymore. So
no,
like now, yeah.
Hon, if I can finish a sentence. I would do Kyle Mox. I love you. I would do Kyle Mox submission match. Kyle makes him tap out again. The Death Riders come out, beat him up, leave him lying, kick him out of the group, write him off TV for a little bit, have the Death Riders go on their own tear. And then they can go that, into the conglomerate.
The old plastic bag treatment?
No, I'm not a plastic bag.
Treatment?
No. Reese, baby, you and I are on the same page.
Kyle versus Max 30 minutes ultimate submission, no interference.
Yeah, give me that. He taps out. Death Riders come, kick him out, beat him up. No, please, no plastic bags. But I probably feel there's going to be one now.
So the chat split on it, though, in the poll, 50-50 on whether or not they're going to turn on Mox.
I think that's a more interesting story. I want Marina to be the one to do it. Put Mox in the mother's milk and after he taps out to Kylie, and then after he taps out to Kyle O'Reilly, and then have her come in and like poke him out. What?
Kylie O'Reilly.
You know how my brain works. How dare you? If you were here, I'd pinch you.
That's why I'm over here. I have enough distance.
But I don't know. I honestly thought, I think it's interesting too, because I thought maybe it would be Darby getting the pin again, and then Mark did make it out, so maybe they would use Mark. But them using Kyle, I think that's going to build to something versus Mox and Kyle at Full Gear. to send him off. Because please, God, go on vacation, take Renee somewhere nice.
He just doesn't want to go on vacation.
I feel bad for Renee.
But Nikki, let's put a little bow on it for our AEW segment. You want to call and talk about AEW? We'll open up the phone lines shortly here in the top of the hour as we are moving right along. Nikki, let's move to our WWE section. We're going to go all the way back.
Crossing the line.
To last Friday's SmackDown. And let's pause for a quick station to identify itself with someone here who's worked for WWE and participated in a number of SmackDowns. Jimmy Corderas, friend of the show.
This is former WWE referee, and you're watching the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. And if you're not watching, I'm going to come find you and disqualify you.
Little Jimmy Corderas there.
Which I still can't believe I didn't think of for categories.
I know, you blew it.
But that's neither here nor there.
All right, Nikki, we're going to go all the way back to last Friday's SmackDown. And before we... The friend of the channel, yes.
Just don't tell him. Don't tell him. I also had a whole bottle of wine, so I'm going to blame that if he ever brings it up to us.
Fair enough. So as we start and go back to last Friday, the main takeaways before we get to our big takeaway from last Friday's SmackDown of a new change, I want to talk about, like, real quickly, Nikki, I can't say this. Lash Legend.
You yell at me for saying Kylie O'Reilly.
But yes, I know. But Lash Legend, this is one of the big takeaways, and we're going to get more because this bleeds over to Monday Night Raw. But Lash Legend joins up with Nia Jax. And I just want to kind of discuss this because we saw, little bits and pieces of her already with Jakara Jackson on the main roster for a hot minute. And now pairing her with I can't talk with Nia Jax. What is your thoughts on Nia Jax and Lash Legend together?
Well, you know my feelings about Nia Jax, but I'm glad Lash is on the main roster. I feel like she's done all that she can, not all that she can do, but like I think with them breaking up the metaphor and then getting rid of Shakara, like it was time to bring her up to something different. I feel like we're in this weird thing, like when a new NXT comes up, you have to pair them with like what they did with Miz and Mello, which didn't quite click and went on incredibly too long. But like when Tiffy came up, they kind of put Nia with Tiffy, and then obviously Tiffy turned and all that stuff. So I'm hoping this will work. And they do again, kind of like the Marina Megan. You have these two
baddies.
That they kind of, again, I think the SmackDown women's roster needs and the women's tag roster needs.
It reminds me very much of when I was thinking about like them together is because you very rarely see, two bigger women. I don't want to say like this, but like be respect, like that are so dominant together. Like you don't, especially as a tag team. Now they have a tag division. Like I think of like heavyweights, like in the men's division, AOP when they were around, like back to the Natural Disasters, right? And how interesting they were as a unit, as a tag team to put two giant, bigger roster, wrestlers together. So it's intriguing what we can do in the tag division with Lash Legend and Nia Jax together. That being said, what they ended up doing on Raw and how they worked together didn't look great. But I do think that this has it could be interesting to see if they could be like a hired gun. Like Lash Legend could have been a perfect fit for, as we'll talk about shortly, like Chelsea Green's outfit, like her group. Like I think she could be great heavy for that group too. But to me, I think it makes a lot of sense. And the other question I do have is, what is Lash Legend now that she's debuted officially? What is her potential now on the main roster?
No, I don't know. I think I hope, I don't know. It makes me worry because I don't know if these call-ups have really been great lately. Like, again, I didn't really love Miz and Mello. But again, her looking back, like Nia and Tiffany did work, so maybe this can work. And again, I think what happened on Monday is more wardrobe malfunction issues. Like, honey, you got a big chest. You got to hold those babies in.
A lot going on.
Poor pickle. But no, I want to be. I don't want to shit on it yet. I think it has potential, and I want it to do good. You know, we love our women's wrestling. I want them to be good. So, but I think it's too early to call.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I think they're going to be major players in the tag division now. So,
Applejacks. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think that she could be. I mean, like a main event talent. It's, you know, she's like that move she did when she was it to Nia that she did her like lash extension, whatever her finishing move was.
Was it her or was it Piper? Did she hit it? I think it was.
No, it was Piper. Sorry, but still, like,
yeah, because that was actually a really good, like.
And also, that's speaking of Piper, like, you know, when she comes back, that also adds another layer to the you know, tag division too, with Lash and Nia presumably together. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Lash Legends' potential is on the main roster, but I'm excited to see, because I think she's, you know,
Certainly she got like a lot of praise in NXT. So again, I think it's too early to call, but hoping, you know, for good stuff.
Exactly. Well, Nikki, you want some good stuff? I got some good stuff for you. I got 2 words and a new champion. Say it with me. Hey, Chelsea.
Alright, if I could just crash here tonight. You can see I'm in no shape of driving. Anyway, I got no place to go. And you know it might not be that bad. You were the best I'd ever had. If I had blown the whole thing years ago, we might not be alone. Tomorrow we can drive around this town. Let the cops chase us around. Past the dawn of something might be found. Take its place. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea. She took my heart. There's only one thing I couldn't start.
Nikki, you asked for it. Asked, and I can't talk. You shall receive. Chelsea Green is now the first ever 2-time Women's United States champion. Nikki, what are your thoughts?
I see what Reese is saying. I agree with what Reese is saying. I'm trying to not dwell on that fact. I think Julia's not connecting with the crowd or the product or whatever. This is the image that we need and want. Her and Ethan Page together. Him having the North American, her having United States, them having the mixed tag. Like, the match they're going to have on NXT next week, as much as I love, you know who, say his name, they need to retain and keep all this. I trying not to think about why it was just a roll up. I guess she did have her being the Healy sneaky, having her feet on the ropes. But like, I'm so more excited for her, the belt being back on her, the storylines for her to be on both brands. I hope now Ethan Page is going to be on SmackDown more. I feel like I love that photo. I think it's more fun and big things to take place now than worrying about a roll up with Julia.
Yeah.
Julia does nothing for me, and I feel bad. I don't really know why. Chelsea should have had this belt this whole time. But again, for her to be the two-time.
I don't think that Julia needed to take the belt off her. They could have had her. I mean, she probably still wouldn't be champion right now. I think someone would take it off Chelsea. You could build up someone in that time frame, but but she didn't at the time need the belt to be taken off of her. So then that kind of puts on like, what is your reflection on Julia's title reign? As
Well, you forget it was Chelsea, Selena Vega, and then Julia
that's
took
right.
the belt off. And I feel like they just gave it to her so she can take that photo. But I don't know. I got feelings about Selena Vega.
But what is your reflection on Julia's reign? As
I got nothing for you. Like that, it was a nothing reign. Again, like there's rumors. No one cares about that belt. So then put it on Chelsea for forever and have her run around with it because it's more of a prop and more of a story for anything else. But like, I said this, was it last week? The week before? Whenever Kiana James had that match with Tiffy, I was like, I'm more interested in Kiana James.
Well, yeah,
than I am with Julia.
well, that's the thing. It's like I thought that the Kiana James thing was going to be like maybe that was going to be her next challenge, or like her, friend kind of swooping in.
You have a quick feud between Julia and Kiana, and then Kiana's like, "Well, I try to do all this stuff for you, and you lost in 2 seconds or 2 minutes, whatever the match was." And then you can circle back around with Kiana because I think I don't know. If I had a choice between two, I would push Kiana.
Well, my question is, so then who would win that initial match? Kiana?
Kiana should win, yeah. She had
then you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing to Julia.
Rest in peace.
Honestly, I'd put Julia back to NXT.
Yeah, I thought.
I think she got bigger reactions down there.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. She is kind of a little bit lost.
I don't know. She doesn't do anything for me. Like I feel like if we're looking at Julia, oh my god, I can't believe they took the belt off.
We will discuss that. Well, when you call in, we'll
I can't believe they did that.
Right now.
Now I forgot my train of thought.
Steven says she's going to Raw to fight with Stephanie.
No, she's got to fight with Nikki first. But again, that's what I was saying. Stephanie and Julia came up basically or got signed at the same time. These two international women's wrestlers, they got a lot of, praise on the indies and came in. And I feel like Stephanie just like shot above her. I feel like she has honestly a more personality. I'm drawn to her more. I don't know. Maybe she's got more TV time. But again, both of us, Nikki's Unite, Nick Club for life.
That's fair. But yeah, no, Steven made a nice little segue for us because he said he thinks that Julia is going towards Raw to fight with Stephanie. So let's move along to Raw and someone who competed on Monday Night Raw at some point in time in his career. Friend of the show, Fred Ottman, Typhoon.
This is WWE Hall of Famer Fred Ottman, and you're watching Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. Yeah.
He's such a sweet little baby pickle.
All right, Nikki, let's move along to our Raw takeaways. Now we're going to reverse the order of how Raw went down because the biggest news happened at the beginning of the night. Raw emanated live from Boston, Massachusetts. It was John Cena's last ever appearance in Boston as part of the WWE roster, active roster, whatever we're calling it. But before we get to the bookends of Raw, do you want to talk about one of your favorites of all time?
War Games.
War Games.
Nikki, the War Games matches have been announced. At least some of the teams have been identified.
Yeah, half the teams. I think, the feeling that I get, and I guess maybe we'll find out on Raw this coming week, I feel like it might be a 4-4.
Maybe.
Typically, they're 5-5. I wouldn't be mad at a 4-4. But
yeah, I wouldn't hate it. I mean, you don't need to throw people in just to have them.
Right, then I would just have, do those 4. I'm who are you? Because, again, it's
yeah, those are big names, too.
Yeah, well, you got the former tag champs are going after the people that took their belts. And then you have, obviously, I don't know. There's more storyline. I don't know if you put another person in. Like, I don't know. Trying to think of a woman to insert that would make, because you can't put Bailey.
I don't. Becky, do you throw Becky and Maxine Dupree in it? But that would be a waste.
No. Because I don't know. Do you kind of feel that like they might take the belt off Becky next week?
That would be crazy.
That would be.
But if they wanted to have her go home and spend time with Seth and like both recoup and like they could
just like going into the
holidays. It would be a great
season.
push. It would be a great push for Maxine, like a crazy.
Yeah. Crazy big push. But like sometimes, again, I say to you all the time, it's like, give me a chip and a chair. Like, give me the opportunity. I'll fucking show you.
Steven's saying 5-on-5 is fine for war games, but they just need to reduce the 5 minutes in between.
I'm just saying, I don't know what. Then you put Becky Maxine just to throw Becky Maxine in? Like, hey, whoever, depending on who lost or who won, and be like, oh, I didn't beat you, so now let's get in the war games match. So
Reese likes the 5-minute intervals because it makes the advantage more fun. But if it's Roman Reigns' entrance, what's the 5 minutes anyway? I'm just saying, like you have one of those long ass entrances.
Well, does the 5 minutes start when they enter the ring? So then you really get a 10-minute lull.
That's a good question, actually. I don't know. That is a good question. I have no.
Is Steven laughing at that I said Maxine can win the belt?
Probably.
I don't know, but would it be if I was Becky and I had all the clout in the backstage? I'd be like, all right, I'll give Maxine a rub. I will take off Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'll see you at the Royal Rumble. Bye.
Steven, I think I'm going to do this for Steven because I think he thinks this.
From the bottom of my heart, man to man, fuck your story.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Stranger things have happened, my dears. Who's to say? Would it be they doing all these shock title changes around the wrestling landscape right now? Why not?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. The other thing is, so circling back on the men's side before we, well, no, let's stop as we were talking about women's war games, because that was set up by the fact that Nikki, we now have new women's tag team champions in terms of the Kabuki Warriors are back on top.
I love that song.
I know. Little Patty. Patty. Oh, what's her last name now? Smith?
Yes.
Little Patty Smith cover there. But Nikki, again, it set up the women's war game match. What are your thoughts on the Kabuki Warriors are now back on top? So we were talking about them potentially being buried a couple weeks ago, but
you did.
They were potentially buried, and Reese agreed with me. I had supporters.
No. I'm here for it. Again, they feel like an actual legit tag team. Isn't this their second reign?
Yes. I believe so.
Was there a third one or second?
It might be third, actually. But I don't know if it... Yeah, no. I think third.
We said third, so I'm going to go with third.
Yeah, third.
That feels right. Hey, Josh.
What's up, God?
No, I just feel like the Charlotte Alexa experiment is done. Let's after War Games. Like, I didn't like, there could have been more to that storyline or the evolution of it, but it's just like the whole thing is like we're not friends, and literally have been like that since before SummerSlam. Like it didn't evolve, it didn't do anything. Like,
so since you brought it up, I mean, like, what is your overall thoughts on the tag title reign of Alexa? I could say it over here because we don't have it. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
I don't want to be like hey to that, but I'm just like I don't think it did anything for anybody. Again, I don't like.
I think it did something for Charlotte and her ego. I don't know. Like, I think she wanted to be. The rumors are that she wanted to be cheered.
She wanted to be cheered, and I
don't know where she would be without, because again, we were worried that she was going to take the belt off of Tiffany Stratton, and at WrestleMania, and she didn't. So luckily, like, would she have just been not around or just on that stage? Like, so it gave her something to do. It, I guess, to some extent, elevated. Did it elevate the women's tag titles? I mean, you have two stars. Her and Bliss are multiple-time world champions, so you could say that they're both big stars that put a bigger light on the title. And, for the little bit that they were together, they did have the people. Like, they had, what's it called? My gosh, Sol Ruka and
Zarya.
Like, they called them up. They gave them an opportunity to kind of, get over a little bit on the main roster. So
then
there was
Ruka got injured.
Right. But there was some, good to the reign, but I don't know.
I'm not shitting on it. Two things. I don't like a tag team that doesn't feel like a tag team, that like my entrance has to happen first and now your entrance could happen. And then they try to stand in front of each other. Like, I don't care. And then also, I just feel like they're in roles, or they came back into roles that we didn't want to see or have them be in. Like Alexa Bliss coming in with her weird little tributes to Bray and to The Fiend and be a face, when we all wanted to see her with Howdy and Nikki or something. It's just like, that's not what we wanted. Charlotte Flair coming back again, crazy knee injury, the divorce, her and her feelings, wanting to come back, win the Royal Rumble, which she shouldn't have, and then go on this they thought she was going to be this baby face with Tiffany, and nobody wanted to see her as a baby face. No one still wants to see her as a baby face. Like, I'm sorry, I know you want to be cheered, but you got to go with what you're good at. You're a Flair. You have resting bitch face. This is what we do.
You're a heel. You should be a heel. Like,
I know, and I don't know. I just feel like what they did for the past couple months is not what the fans want to see. And I'm like, let's just, after War Games, let's just maybe, or going into Royal Rumble, or maybe, I know we didn't have a proper draft, but maybe we can do a little other shakeup, because just switching what Sammy and LA Knight really didn't do too much. Well, I guess Sammy did, but like, I don't know. We need a little maybe shakeup here. They can be over it.
Well, no, it's fair, because you talk about someone who historically is better as a heel, really has no right being a face, and ironically, it's kind of a nice segue into someone who was a face basically most of his career, and in the last year, in his final year in his career, he got a little bit of a run as a heel in John Cena, and didn't really go that well. So, but
yeah, because he is not a heel. Like, everyone wants to hear him, especially in this last year, all the kiddies, like, he's just more of a natural baby face. Charlotte is a natural heel. Sometimes you just lean that way, and that's okay. I'm sorry you want to be cheered, but I think you coming out and being what people, if she came out, again, from the injury, the divorce shit, her coming back and being like, fuck you, I'm Charlotte Flair, bowed down, I think we'd all be like, yeah, bitch! And I just feel like that's not, she's like, don't like me. I don't know. I'm like, that's not Charlotte. That's not what I want to see.
That's fair. I mean, it depends. And again, like, on what you want to see. But on Raw, we talked about it. Raw emanated from John Cena's hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. And on Raw, we saw John Cena or Dirty Dom Mysterio, but John Cena goading him a little bit into a match. And, for John Cena in his last year, in his whole career, has been very sweet, But for Dom Mysterio on Monday night, it's been very bitter. And life is just a little bit of a bittersweet symphony, Nikki.
Said I could change, you could change, it could change. Somehow it stays the same. 'Cause it's a bittersweet symphony that's life. Try to make ends meet, you slave to money, then you die. No change, I can change, I can change, I can change. But I'm here in my mode, I am here in my mode. But I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can't change my mode, no, 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 no. Have you ever been down? Have you ever
Do we owe the Rolling Stones our house now? Are you even allowed to use that?
That wasn't the Rolling Stones.
You are not with the jokes tonight, sweetheart.
Oh, gosh.
They
Yeah.
don't.
I'm missing all your
The Verb did the song, and the Rolling Stones sued them
Oh.
for like the melody.
I'm missing all your lines. They're just going over my
Yeah,
head.
you're sucking tonight.
All right.
No, Youngblood owes me hearing aids.
Ed, I knew we throw out a couple of good covers. Ed shows up. This is how we get Ed. It's like that and Darby Allin spots. We knew how to get Ed in tonight. Yeah, Ed was like, but Nikki, what are your thoughts on John Cena winning the elusive Intercontinental title?
I get it. You kind of hate it, but I get it. Because, again, we were in bed watching Raw, and then, again, can we just, 30 seconds, why did Triple H have to stand in the ring the whole time? He felt so, I know he's the one that made the match, but also, like, do you have to clear that 3 out of pairs? But he just felt so awkward standing in the corner. Any whoosies, but, like, Cena's cutting his promo and talking, whatever, and then we're just like, you're like, someone's coming out, someone's coming out, someone's coming out. And I was like, well, who's, like, the top Healy to come out and say something? Like, I don't think it'd be like Breaker. And you're like, Dom. And I was like, no. And as soon as he said Dom, I was like, no, he's losing. Because again, he's in Boston. He's never had this belt. He can be the Triple Crown trifecta winner. And I was like, or whatever they call it. I was just like, oh, I'm glad it was an actual match. And they gave it time. They had the fun little spots. That over-exaggerated wink. Thank you, John Cena. I get it. I'm a little sad for Dom. I hope Dom gets it back. I don't know if he will, but
I know the chair spot was great. It was. Yeah. I love how much fun. I mean, we talked about like with Randy Orton and some of these other wrestlers like later in their career just having fun, and like John Cena is just having so much fun.
Yeah.
To me, and like we're seeing stuff out of him. Like even him just doing spots from other people's moves, I love it. Like it's a nice way of kind of putting over people that you acknowledging the people that you've been with.
Well, this is what his whole run should have been like. But I guess we see again what happens. Apparently, the rumor is because they're in Madison Square Garden on Monday, and rumor is that John Cena is supposed to have a match. So does Dom get it back? Does he drop to someone else? Is he carrying it to the finals? There's so many things. So many things.
I want to talk about that because we talk about Dom Mysterio, and he had a pretty long. He was the last remaining champion from WrestleMania that went into WrestleMania with the title. So, what are your reflections and your thoughts on Dom Mysterio's title reign as Intercontinental Champion?
I loved it a lot. I think it was, again, the reactions that he's getting, the reactions that he got at Mania when he won it, when he came back and ran back into the ring because everyone was cheering, like the reactions that he's getting at AAA events. Like, I think, again, building your young stars, this is the one to build. I think he has in the ring. He has the charisma. He has, he gets more little face reactions lately, but him coming up and just like stepping up to Triple H, stepping up to John Cena, I was like, they're building him. They're doing stuff with him. So, like, I don't know. I think I think he defended it a lot more than people kind of give him credit for. And again, the matches that he had with AJ was so great. I love the matches that he had in AAA at Worlds Collide. I almost said Worlds End. That's the other.
Worlds Collide.
But like, again, I kind of wish he spun into a feud with Finn over the IC belt.
That's actually what Reese is saying. I should have ended
Reese,
him.
me and you today. We're on it.
Yeah, you two are just like, did we just become best friends?
We're just gonna be so again, I get why they put it on Cena. I get it, and I'm hoping we can circle back around with him and stuff. But again, I think Dom had a great run. I think he's going to have multiple runs with the IC belt. I would like one day for him to have a world championship. I think he's that good, and I think he's only going to get better. I don't know. I'm a Dirty Dom fan, which I didn't think it's so crazy to like, I go watch and we go back and rewatch anything. When he came and debuted, this little pickle, sweet little baby face, he looks exactly like Ray. And now he like built himself to look exactly like Eddie, which is so funny.
You know what you are? I know what you are.
Is your little chicken tender slut.
But you see like the transformation of him. And again, if you put time and the effort and the work into it, like a person, and like look how he is now, it's like incredible. But I hope he can get the belt back from Cena, but again, this is not his last.
That would be interesting if they have him just like do it, not rematch, but kind of like rematch clause, and like win it back. That would be a nice little like nod for him to get back, to get back on track. Because like, all right, you get another win over one of literally the second to last John Cena match of his career. That's a pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that him having a match with someone like that, I think it's great, because even like in interviews, like Punk said that like he's there. He did I don't know if it was GQ or one of those magazines I watched like one of his videos on, and like one of the questions was like, oh, if you can go back and have another, or not go back, but you can have another tag team run, who would you tag team with? And he said Dom. So I don't know. I think he's got a future, and it's like, oh, you see these little sprinklings of like, oh, hey, you're actually building someone, and I think Dom Mysterio is one of those kids.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. So Nikki, before we're about to open up the phone lines here, I pinned it in the chat, so everyone make sure you click the link. It's also in the description, but click the link in the pinned link in the chat there. But we will get to, as we gear up the phone lines here, our SmackDown preview, just what's on the card. Speaking of John Cena, the last time is now tournament. The Miz taking on Jey Uso. Any thoughts? I mean, to me, I think it's pretty obvious who there's who should win and who will win.
And then that's the thing, like, it's gonna be Jay, but god damn it, the Miz deserves. He should have been one again. If you did the whole nostalgia tour with John Cena, Miz should have been one of those guys. He really fucking should have been. And I feel bad. And then like, this Mania being the first Mania in like 100 gazillion Manias that like the Miz wasn't a part of. Like I don't know. Again, I don't know if underrated is the right words, but I feel like Miz should get more flowers than he does. But he's gonna lose to Jay, obviously. And I don't know. Like it's fucked up. I really think there's like people who got I don't know. I feel like Mike should have been one of those people to have that a moment with Cena before Cena left, and he's not going to. And it makes me really sad.
Yeah, everyone's in the chat is pretty much agreeing. Josh said, "Don't he appreciate Dom didn't use real glass." Touche. I finally could do that.
You know what this is right here? And then crushing. Real glass. Crushing the abdomen. Go cry me a river.
Oh, no.
I'm a river.
Oh.
And then we also have Jade Cargill taking on B-Fab, which I expect to be a huge squash.
I think they're going to go, and poor B-Fab. I think she's going to go on this tear. We're going to build her like they did in AEW, and it's going to be like, it's going to be B-Fab this week. It's going to be Mia Yim or Mishin or whatever the fuck they're calling her this week. It's going to be her. And I think she's going to go through the roster and be squashing bitches.
Be squash. And then finally, who answers the mystery opponent for LA Knight in the last time is now tournament?
So I think what we want to happen and what I think is going to happen. I think what's going to happen at IC, I think it is going to be Joe. But part of me, even
Joe Hendry. I thought for a second I thought Samoa Joe. I don't know why.
What?
He was a TNA guy too. Yeah, everyone's.
No, it's Joe. It's Joe Hendry. I almost wore a shirt for this. Also, I didn't know because last time we did contract stuff.
Steven said it's him.
Well, yeah, of course. That's the only name we see around here.
Samoa Joe Hendry.
But
Cat's in the chat. Cat, we got to talk. AEW blood and guts.
But my thrown out theory here, because I want it, and maybe I was like, what happens if it's Nick Aldis? I want Nick Aldis to wrestle, and maybe he's gonna do something with Drew when Drew's not suspended anymore. But like,
it should be someone who's had a history with him in TNA. That's what it seems like.
Well, it's not. LA Knight was already in WWE when
like with Santana. Someone who could be, he just lost the belt, like Mike Santana, just to give exposure to him. I don't know.
Well, that's also, again, because what I was trying to say, I didn't want to include it in Nikki's news, because last time we talked about, like, contract stuff, all the stuff with the Lucha Brothers, and that was all convoluted. So it was like, we're not doing contract shit. With the Willie one they signed. But apparently Joe Hendry did sign. There's also rumors that Santana's contract is also almost up with TNA, and apparently WWE loves him. So would it be crazy if Mike Santana showed up? Not mad at it. I love him a lot. So
I don't know. I think it could. Yeah, it's TNA person, but I think it's Hendry is probably number one option.
Yeah,
two probably
because he's not a TNA boy anymore. Apparently, he signed with WWE.
Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense.
And then he has the match with Thea versus Ethan and Chelsea on Tuesday.
That's true. But we'll see. We'll see very shortly as we're 50 minutes out from SmackDown. Nikki, it is that time. It is that hour, the witching hour, the call-in hour. We got a bunch of people waiting, Nikki, so let's get ready. It's a hot button topic. We've got a lot to talk about. John Cena is a new Intercontinental Champion. We've got new Women's Tag Team Champion, AEW, Blood and Guts, women's and men's. We could talk about WWE War Games. Gosh. Chelsea Green.
That clip.
Your girl, Chelsea Green. Hey, Chelsea. New U.S. Women's Champion. Well, first ever two-time Women's Champion. U.S. Women's Champion. But, Nikki, a lot to get to. So, my little blondie, hit the snare. All right, Nikki. We started early on in this show. We talked about it. We have a new Women's United States Champion. Chelsea Green is our new Women's United States Champion. But, Nikki, we have a Chelsea of our own. Chelsea B on the line.
Hi, guys.
Hello, love. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
What's up, Chelsea? What are you thinking? What are you drinking?
I had my fair share last night. I am drinking a Gatorade right now.
Fair enough. Hydrating.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea, what do you think? There's a lot to get to. What intrigued you?
So, did we already talk about John Cena?
No, you can talk about whoever you like. Let's go. John Cena?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest John Cena fan. and I don't think Nikki is either.
I love you text me. You're like, I'm not a John Cena fan. I was like, girl.
Like, why don't you like John Cena? Let's discuss.
I don't like that he's crossed over as an actor. He's not The Rock. The Rock can do it successfully, but I don't think that John Cena does it well. What was the movie with the cat he was in? What was the name of that movie? It came out last summer.
Well, the cat. What cat movie? No, wait. What was the
Argyle?
The movie with the parent? He's the one where he's a grown up. No, not grown ups. That's the other guy. Ed St. Garfield?
No, Argyle. He was in Argyle, and he was pretty terrible in that.
No,
So-
That?
He was good in what the hell is it? Parent, like not parent. What's it called? Mean
Wasn't grown it? No.
Oh,
Like,
it's a,
it wasn't his like daughter trying to like fucking high school or something. Something like that.
yeah. What the hell
Yeah,
is it
what was
called?
that movie?
Blockers. That's what it's called. Blockers.
I did not see that.
It's dumb. I don't know how I got pulled into it, but it was pretty good actually. It's like one of those movies like I would never watch it, but it was on cable, and I was like, oh, yep. Steven's on top of all these.
Okay, Ricky Stenicki was like I couldn't even finish that movie. That movie was god awful. Did you guys watch that?
I have not. I do like Santino though, but I didn't. I was like, it was not enough for make me watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Reese is
so
disagreeing with me that Blockers was good. I thought it was really good, Reese. I completely disagree. So,
okay, go ahead.
okay, go ahead.
No. I was gonna ask about Chelsea Green.
Please.
Oh,
I want to know more about this other Chelsea in the world.
Nikki.
Oh my god. So this woman like puts in the work, and I feel like she's wrestled kind of like all over the place, was on the indies for a while, got a shot at WWE, went back to the indies, came back to WWE, and it's just like whatever you need her to do, like she does, and she's great in the ring, and she just has this big personality.
Nice.
And it's like her song used to be, it was called "I'm a Hot Mess." And like on Halloween, like I was wearing like the big like kind of like captain's hat. She always comes out like a big hat. And she finally won her belt back last Friday. And I'm probably not doing her justice. I'm sure Reese can come on and sing her.
What's the best way to explain? Like, she's like it's not like a ditzy blonde is like the character that she kind of plays.
She plays a smart. She wants you to think she's like this dumb ditzy blonde, but she's like smart about it. And she's like, I'm going to make you think that I'm dumb, and then watch, I'll beat you, and watch, I'll do something sneaky over here, so I get over on you.
Got it. Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
like
something like that.
Your feet are not supposed to be on the ropes, but the ref is not looking, so she got a sneaky win over this woman because she had her feet on the ropes.
Oh.
This is Chelsea meeting Chelsea.
I like that. She's crafty.
Yes.
That's a
All
good.
right.
Yeah, that's a good term.
Into her.
Yeah. No, she's
What's her birthday? What's her star sign?
No, I have no idea.
That's a great question, Steven.
She's also
Really
married
good
to
question for
another
Steven.
wrestler.
Or Reese. Reese or Steven is our resident statistician here. They have to figure that out. First one to answer wins.
She's early April, so that Aries?
I think she's an Aries. Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think many of the audience would disagree.
Great. So the picture that Nick has up, the guy that's holding her, that's kind of sort of her tag team partner. They have mixed tag belts in another promotion. So it's like them fight another like men and women tag team. So now they each have a belt, and now they have like the tag belts together. So it's like their collection got completed last week.
So this is a fun competition. Let's let the chat explain Chelsea Green in 5 words or less.
If you go up 4 comments, Reese put one in. She's emotionally unstable Karen, like the jilted blom bombshell. That's sort of like what she was in TNA, and then like she's just awesome. It's just like she has that personality that she just like, I don't know, yells.
Reese is drawing similarities between Chelsea Green. Matt Cardona is going to have some serious problems with you, Reese.
No, she's never been like that before.
How do wrestlers display their belts?
Say again?
How do wrestlers display their belts? You get to keep all your belts, right?
Well, if you ask Tangaloa or Camacho, you display the belts very, very the opposite direction of the camera. But in real life, you probably would want to display it towards the camera. And everyone does it differently, though. That's actually an interesting thing. All right, Nikki.
So I don't know, because we have a belt in our basement that's like in a frame.
Yeah.
So, like,
do they keep them and frame them? Like, do you think there's like a whole room of them in their house?
I know, like,
well, so WWE, at least from what I heard, WWE, like the belts that you win, you get to keep that version of that title.
Like a
because they have
not the one that
plates.
gets.
Yeah, like what's his name? Like Triple H or some of those guys, like they have. You'll see, like they'll have all the framed belts behind them, and those are the belts that they wore.
Yeah, like, we were talking about Mike Mizanin before. He has a whole wall of like all his belts.
Got it.
But displaying, I guess wearing it is an interesting concept too. Like how people wear it, because John Cena wore it backwards, like literally, like he wore it backwards, like around.
When he was a baddie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
some people around the waist, some people on the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
some people put it around their neck.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think of is this one like, let me see here. Like the Kabuki, again, it depends when everyone does it differently. Like Kabuki Warriors here, they're doing it. Gosh, like you just kind of hold on to it. Some people like fold it up. Depends.
Who's the girl with the purple hair? I like her.
Kyrie. Well, Nikki, colorblind.
With the longer hair?
Yeah.
That's Kyrie Sane. Kari.
Kari. Okay.
SANE.
I'm pretty sure I spelled it differently. But yes, they are the two girls in the front are the Kabuki Warriors. They are the new women's tag team champions. They won on Raw. And then behind them is Nia Jax, Nikki's favorite wrestler.
Boo.
And Lash Legend.
I skipped an I. Thanks, Steven.
Yes. What did he say? Yeah.
No, I spelled Kyrie's name wrong. There's I forgot the first I.
Yeah. Oh, Kat saying, there we go, Kat. Jeff Hardy wore it around his neck.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, it all. So, aside from the fact that he's a terrible actor, why do you not like John Cena?
I don't like his steez. You know what I mean? Like I just think he's like annoying. He annoys me. He's not cool.
Well, he never was cool, apparently.
What?
I never thought he was cool.
The Rock is cool. Don't you think The Rock is cool?
Yeah. His I'm
yeah.
just
No, his
language on this show that I'm learning.
You know what steez is? Style with ease.
See, I'm just learning Riz. Brianna, my niece, is teaching me Riz. I got Riz.
What's
right?
Riz?
Riz is like
charisma.
Oh, you got Riz, charisma. I like that.
Yeah.
Is that what the kids are saying? I like that.
That's what all the kids are saying nowadays, and I know it because I'm cool.
Yeah. All right. Now you got steez too. Put that.
I know. Now I got steez.
Oh my god, you have to use that when we talk to Brianna next.
It's like what I do when I'm allergic to something. I steez. Chelsea, we as we say on the show, we give everybody their last shot before we let you get out of here. What is your last shot?
It's anything.
What'd you say? It's like your last point. What do you want to leave on?
Oh, my last point. My takeaway is I'm going to learn more about Chelsea Green. I'm going to deep dive. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Thank you for educating me.
Anytime, always.
I'm telling you, you will see she's going to quickly become one of your favorite wrestlers.
I'm pretty excited.
It's the subtleties.
Yes.
Ladies
All
and
right, guys,
gentlemen,
thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Bye.
from Chelsea Green to Chelsea B. Always a surprise. You never know. Quickly
Love
becoming
it.
a regular on the show. She's getting educated in wrestling.
Oh,
Some
I
go to
said
wrestling
after.
schools,
Chelsea
some
ran
go
the
to-
chat. Did you watch the CM Punk John Cena match?
Ooh, yeah, Chelsea.
Chelsea messaged me after Saturday night's main event, and it was asking questions. So we're giving you homework, girl.
Mm. All right, Nikki, phone lines are a buzzing, and I'm trying to keep the internet rolling here. All right.
What, Linda gave you her.
I know. Well, some shows have super chats that give money. We have Linda chats. They go much further and they're much warmer. They go a longer ways. The Linda chats that help us. But Nikki, we got a regular back on the line. Haven't heard from him in a while. We need to know what he's thinking, what he's drinking, what he's thinking. 4 letters, 1 name. Josh.
Josh!
Hi guys, long time no see, but did you just strong arm Jey Uso into my name? His little gimmick there.
Yeah, we've done it before. We've done it before.
Have you?
Josh.
Maybe I was too high.
It's been too long, Josh. It's been too long.
It has.
Reunited and it feels so good.
It does feel pretty good. It does. I love the Sublime shirt. Actually, my first child I named after Bradley Knoll.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. How's everybody been doing? How you doing? Nikki, you're still alive. Nick, you're not dead. So that's going on. Good.
I mean, we're winning at life.
Winning at life. That's good. That's
Winning
good.
at life.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
The things you love with the ones you love, right? Like that's what it's all about.
When we were on our vacation, I overheard this other couple talking, and he apologized for being late, and he's like, "Oh, it's been like a morning." She was like, "Well, you woke up on this side of the dirt, so it's a good day." And I was like, "Mantra.
Yeah.
We're on this side of the dirt, it'll be a good day."
But we don't know what's on the other side of the dirt. So how do we know if this one? It could be better over there. We don't know. We don't.
There's the conspiracies, Josh.
Yes, that's tomorrow night. That's not tonight, guys. Don't worry. I'll reel it back in. I don't know if this is going to shock you guys, but I want to talk AEW Blood and Guts. And I specifically want to talk that women's match. And I want to talk about how I'm getting tired of seeing a lot of people online talk about they went too far. This is not what we need. If this is the type of wrestler you get with your women, then you're a blah, 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 blah. Shut up. This was monumental. This was epic. This match alone made me go, well, I know what I'm doing next Wednesday. Tuning in. And that is what I've been asking from AEW since I quit watching them years ago. I was pleasantly shocked with this whole show. It was great. I'll even give freaking Hangman Page his freaking flowers. He had a great match. I thought he did exactly what he was supposed to. I love that storyline he's in the middle of. I wish I had a critique. I wish the only thing I didn't like was the bed of nails. I could have done
that match would have been it would have been right up your alley, like an ECW or OG, I could tell that was. And yeah, it was really, really strong. And what the interesting part though is we were talking about this earlier, is I don't know, and maybe it's just Marina, but to Nikki's point, Megan Bean's who gets over the most in that match? Because I think I don't know, who to you is someone who hasn't watched as much, right? Which woman got over the most?
Stood out.
I'm gonna say this name just because now you can change her name to Sky Red. For some reason, just I guess I'm gonna say it's her stature alone. And the amount of punishment she took in that and the amount of blood she gave for the match, that really it stuck out with me. And that look right there. I mean, come on. Tell me that's not money. Tell me you cannot make money with all 4 of those faces right there.
Yeah.
And I mean, to your point, she is someone who's already been immensely popular within the AEW fan base. So, like, now you can have a moment where she's shown it in the ring. Because was she the first one? Yeah, right. She was the first, I think, that started that match.
Yeah. I was highly impressed with her. I know she's been a fan favorite, but I know when I was watching her, it was like she was in AEW for maybe a few months at that point.
Skater gimmick.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's what got me out of it. Like that didn't keep me wanting to see where she was going to progress. This has got me to see where is her next level. Where is she going
what's
next?
Interesting is her boyfriend is Kyle Fletcher, and I wonder how much the last 2, because I remember when we did there was an autograph show a couple years ago, ironically where I met Mikey, and that was she was dating him then. So in 2+ years, maybe I don't know how long they've been dating, of being together and probably working together in the ring, I'm sure by osmosis certain things rub off, and you could see like I think it's been known that he's been working with her, and that's definitely had an impact on her.
You can definitely tell something's gotten in her bag and she's using it. She's all the women in this match. I mean, and I'm going to give credit to Moné. She did not take away from anything in that match. She actually elevated everyone around her. And you know what? All her titles make sense now with that one moment she did where it took her 5 minutes to get them all in there, but she got them, and they just that to me,
that's the big payoff, is that the 13 whatever it is 10 belts was just for this one moment.
when have you ever seen that though?
No, that's true.
It was something brand new. And yes, I have been one of those people who've been very critical of her, but to see the fact that she was able to get into that match, and then that match was about the moment she got in, the match was about who was going to take her down as opposed to her just running course on everybody. You actually seen that, she's vulnerable in matches and things like that. Mercedes Moné impressed me, and I did not think by the end of this year I'd be saying that, but here I am saying it. And I'm even my crew, the In Your House crew, we've talked about it, and I said next Wednesday we got to watch, because if you guys aren't seeing it, I know you guys are, but if you're just out there playing, I'm not going to pay attention. WWE's pushing out its basic fan base, and you, me, and anybody in that chat, that's us, guys. They're pushing us as far away from their product as possible because TKO's got to make his money back because he didn't read the fine print. This is not a business to make your money back quick. There's nobody in the world besides Vince McMahon, and God knows how he got all that money. We know it was a great product, what we watch, but behind the scenes, who hell knows? And we're not even going to get even further into that. But Vince is a unicorn in the field. He made tons of money, but he also made an empire. AEW is not an empire. TNA is not an empire. They have potential to do that, but which one of them are putting out their own movies?
Right.
Which one, like I don't hear about the AEW sound studio that people go to get the newest entrance music.
They can't even get the sound right live or the shots right live yet.
Well, see, there's things that we could improve on, but I am saying today, after Blood and Guts, I am interested in the product that they are putting out over there with AEW, and I'm excited for next Wednesday, to be honest.
Josh, you got the chat going, spitting some truths out here.
Yeah, you got to get me back. If you don't get me back, then what are we doing? I mean, my Monday show's gone. Well, I could still do my ECW show. That's going to live forever. But, it's like you're pushing out the people who and real quick before I leave, to kick out a fan that is not only hyping up your stuff, but he's putting your stuff in his music, giving you free promotion and not asking for a thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, then kick me out.
He was at AEW. He was at Blood and Guts. He was in the front row.
He should have been. I missed that part, but I'm glad he was. That's the smart move. If your enemy is going to make stupid plays on the battlefield, pick up the pieces and win the war. That's what all you got to do is win the war. It's not hard right now because I love WWE. If I pass away tomorrow, that's going to be something that somebody says at my funeral. But you're pushing me away. Like you are pushing me away. I'm as far away as you push me, WWE. And, AEW saying, come over here. We got people are doing amazing things.
Mm-hmm.
No. Josh, well put. Before we let you get out of here, your last shot, let everyone know where they can find you with these great takes.
All right, fans. So In Your House is what you got to look up. You'll find us on all the streaming platforms. But I want to talk to you right now about what I have coming up in March. It is my first expo. In Your House is going to be at the Squared Circle Wrestling Expo. And we are trying to get our sweet baby boy Grun from Philly all the way out to us. So at the end of December, starting of the new year, we're going to put out a GoFundMe to help us get those plane tickets so Grun can come and be with us. We have so many things. I've been announcing it on my show, an extra $400 in my GoFundMe. I'll tell Kevin Nash anything you want me to.
Oh, God.
Yep.
It's a dangerous proposition.
He's slower, though. I mean, I'm not the fastest, but faster.
Yeah, no, his knees. My knees are better than his knees at this point.
Exactly, Nick. You could get away from him. So, gosh, we're winning in this one, Nick.
I know. Why am I'm encouraging this? This is bad. This is exactly. You know what, Josh?
This is what you're supposed to do.
Great. Well, let everyone know again. I'm excited to see in March what turns up for you. But
it's going to be fun.
If all else fails, Josh, you always have your rocket ship to get away with or get away in. So, ladies and gentlemen, our friend Josh.
Josh, it's been too long. Him and his little rocket ship is the cutest.
I know. His rocket ship, he's been waiting on the fuel. He might be on the Atlas. Ooh, Josh, we have to discuss. I'm going to message you up. We have to discuss this Atlas 3i, whatever it is thing, because
nope, not on my watch. No.
Not on this, but we will discuss because aliens are coming. Aliens exist, right? Kris Statlander, aliens exist. Nikki,
any whoosies,
regulars on the line. Like I said, played a couple good cover songs. It's like throwing up a beam. And then all we had to do is throw out a little Darby Allin. And you know what's going to happen. You know what's in his head. Let's hear it.
Yeah, Darby Allin sucks. How's it going?
What's up, Ed? Long time no see. How you been?
Yeah, pretty good. I was here last week. Come on, you're killing me here.
Yeah, but like a week's a long time.
It is a long time. It's too long. My day job has been stopping me from having fun talking about wrestling with friends, and I don't like it. It's not a good time.
Who do I need to call?
Yeah.
It's too late. You can't do that now.
It's too late. Oh, Nikki, I think it's funny. Your reaction to Cena winning the Intercontinental title was my reaction. He deserves it. All that jazz. It's great, but
yeah, I get it, but no. But
yeah, exactly. I said it last week, right? It's the ruthless depression era. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to call it. It's just I'm having a hard time caring about anything that's happening. And for like every one good AEW show, like I feel like once every 6 months AEW has this show where it's like, we're back, the feeling is restored, everything's incredible, and next Wednesday the show's probably gonna suck again.
I hope not. I mean,
I hope
you've
not
got
too.
momentum. We've got momentum.
But they get momentum, like I said, like every 6 months, something great will happen. It's like everybody's behind it, and then they immediately drop the ball. Like Josh was just saying, you can win the war by just, doing the thing everybody wants, and they just keep shooting themselves in the foot. I don't get it. And I was saying last week, I hate to come on here and just be negative all like the entire time I'm here, but like it's a little hard. I don't know if you guys have seen the state of the indies. It's not great.
Well, I've seen the state of TCW. TCW is great.
Not mad at that.
That is a great segue, Ed. I love what you're doing because tomorrow we're going to see some great indie wrestling here in New Jersey. Mount Olympus. We got a lot going on, but yes, Ed, there is still good and great indie wrestling.
You can see our Cheenies down there.
Exactly, a lot.
Support your local indies.
As I was about to say, support your local indies. I'm bummed because places like Prestige, places like DPW, in 2016, holy shit, I'm time traveling here. In 2026, they're closing their doors. It's bumming me out.
Yeah.
It's not a good time. I mean, but that's that's what happens when NXT raids your rosters, right?
Yeah.
But, it is what it is.
So, Ed, what are you thinking? What else are you thinking besides AEW capitalize the momentum?
I mean, it's one of those, right? Okay, so we've got a mystery opponent for LA Knight. Whoever it is, he's burying LA Knight, right? That's what's happening.
Ed!
We've got what? T minus, what time is it?
Ed,
T minus 20 minutes till LA Knight gets buried.
Ed, you want it? You got it.
Rest in peace.
But tell me I'm wrong. I mean, it's obviously going to be Joe Hendry, but they're not going to just have that guy lose immediately.
Look at the chin line on that mystery opponent.
I hope it's vacant, honestly.
Vacant is undefeated.
Lord.
No, but so are we like, honestly though, are we building towards War Games? Is that what's happening for, I guess, both shows? Because Cody's going to be on this, or are we getting more of, Paul
Cody being in War Games is weird to me. I mean, it just seems so extra. It's just like, all right, we're just going to throw another star. Like, it seemed like how Punk was in War Games last year. Kind of was like
I mean, what else would you do? What else would you do with Cody? It's let's say SmackDown's your show, you're booking it. Who would you put him up against with the belt?
I mean, I guess they're going Drew is the only like feasible.
Right. Would you do that again? Like, because we've seen this, 2-3 times now?
Well, their transition, I feel like they've been waiting to pull the trigger on the Randy Orton match with him.
But he's on vacation with his wife for their anniversary.
He's also really high.
Oh, their anniversary is only one day. Get off your ass and get back to work.
Listen to the voices in your head, all right?
Have you seen his wife at the beach that they're at? Brandy's a little busy.
Unbelievable.
I caught a speaking of him and his wife. I caught a clip of him on Stephanie's show.
Mm-hmm.
Him just talking about getting just high as balls and just eating an entire bag, like not just like a box, but he had like the 5-pound like industrial bag of Reese's Puff cereal. He's just eating that thing just high as balls, dry in his pantry. Like, I'm here for it.
Apparently, he also eats. When he was on Cody's podcast, he said that he just like eats Nutella out of the jar.
A man after my own heart.
Because they were like, when he came back, he was like super jacked. Cody's like, what? And he's like, I just ate Nutella. And Cody's like, what? He's like, yeah, just right out of the jar.
Well, what's his name did that? They did whatever is like 24/7 on like HBO. They did like basically Hard Knocks, like the equivalent. They did an NHL one. And Sidney Crosby, all he did, and he was like the best hockey player for like a decade. All he did was eat PB&J sandwiches like all day, every day. Like, yeah, it's like.
I mean, good for him. Listen, if I could eat like that and get in that kind of shit, if I can get into 2025 Randy Orton shape by eating strictly Nutella straight out of the jar.
No, just Steven. It was just with his tongue. He was like, he just face firsted.
Orton is a fucking a fucked up snake guy, so that makes sense, right?
Oh, God, that's how.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm with it.
Stop doing that thing.
I'm with it. Honestly.
Oh.
Listen, if I gotta eat Nutella like that straight out of the jar to get it,
We're like the
25
Undertaker.
Orton shape.
You remember the Undertaker's demon phase where he was like doing the whole like dark Undertaker thing? He did the tongue thing a bunch of times.
Oh, you're talking about like Ministry of Darkness Taker? When
Yeah,
was, like,
yeah,
speaking in
the
tongues?
early Ministry, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I got you.
No.
No, I need like weird tongue. I need like a weird tongue drop from you now. So I need like
No!
I need like 98 Taker. I need like 2003. Like look at the tongue. Look at the tongue.
Or you could call me Tungaloa.
Oh, let's go. I need Tungaloa. I need Mr. Iguana. Like, listen, screw the bloodline. Screw the MFTs or whatever they're called. I need Mr. Iguana and Tungaloa.
Listen, we are single-handedly saving WWE's booking right now.
Gene Simmons is still alive, right? We can bring him in as there. We can get Dale Torborg back as the Kiss Demon. Have a trio managed by Gene Simmons. Yeah, fight forever. Listen,
First cold brew.
Managed by Ace Frehley.
No, we got to get the Necromancer Chris Jericho for that.
Oh man,
he's a level 3 wizard. He took the Necromancer subclass. It's fine. Speaking of him though, we have seen things. So like we've seen him kind of I don't want to say joke, but he's I don't know, being a carny piece of shit online.
Oh,
Jericho. He's
you said so many names, and you're like speaking of. I was like,
speaking of dead Ace Frehley, he's coming back. You guys excited? He wants to rock and roll all night.
Crying somewhere.
He wants to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Excited for Jericho coming back.
You just made the list.
You know, it's one of those things with him, and like we've talked about this a million times on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted him off my TV in AEW. Just didn't do anything for me. Hasn't done anything for me in years. But you know what? I think if he showed up in this tournament, I'd be interested. You know what I mean? And I don't know what that says.
He in WWE, he could do so much. He could be protected so well. Like he could be so much better than he could be in AEW. Because AEW needs a star power. They need him on screen more to help out and elevate anybody, even if he's just on commentary. That's the idea. WWE does not need that. Just compete in one match every 2 months, whatever. Like, look at Nikki Bella. What Nikki Bella is going to do probably for Stephanie Vaquer, and Jericho's at least twice as much, if not 3 times as much, you know, in terms of elevating another talent in ring and out of ring. Like,
I hear what you're saying. I think I'm on the same wavelength, but Nikki, you looked like you had something you were going to say in counter to that, and I'm dying.
I think it's the thing. Again, I don't. Please, Jesus, why are you doing that? Nobody's
come on,
that close.
Tell us your opinion.
I will from a safe distance. I think it's again, all the boats, all the ships, all the things. But I feel like Tony never said no to Jericho because they needed the star power, and that's when he was like the Jericho vortex, and he went down this thing. And I think him going to WWE, we get that nostalgia run, and I think Triple H and Heyman and Michael P.S. Hayes would be like, no, and like this is what you need to do. You're gonna hopefully put people over. Because again, we had this argument a month or 2 ago when I said, who did Jericho put over? But I agree with Reese when his last podcast, when he was like, I understand he was praising like former coworkers of like the Hardys and the Dudleys and that show. But for him to be like the little shit that he did on AEW was not necessary. I don't think we need to, like, if he does come back or when he comes back to WWE, if he shits on AEW, I'll be real upset.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair.
The Y2J tour is definitely Steven.
Listen,
that's
I'm all for the Y2J tour, but Y2 Grande that's too good to pass up. Like I need Y2 Grande, and the rest of the not even cold brew, but like the rest of the El Grande Americano guys. I need all of them versus our new tongue-based wrestling group here, which we don't have a name for.
Oh
yet.
yeah. Well, give me a few. Give me a few. I'll think of it as soon as. We'll get it. We'll get it there. Ed, we got a few more waiting backstage, so we gotta give you your last shot here before we head out.
I hear you. Listen, I'll cut this short then, right? You don't know who's showing up on the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. Super kick the subscribe button. Simone spike the like, and if you're new here on Spotify, give the show an Ula follow. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
I haven't either. Well done.
Yeah, Darby Allin sucks.
You cut it off too quick. I meant to tell him that I love his missus more, but he knows, she knows.
He knows the deal.
Everyone knows.
All right, Nikki, we got a lot of people want to get in the conversation. It's been a big week in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
We opened the kayfabe section of this talking about AEW Blood and Guts. Let's talk to somebody, Nikki, who was there. Kat, welcome in, Kat.
Hey.
Oh, you're muted. There you go.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Pleasure, pleasure. We always say, what are you drinking? What are you thinking? I don't know. Are you based in the United States?
Yes, I live in North Carolina.
Nice.
That makes sense when you're like at Blood and Guts, and I was like, huh.
Yeah. I'm only like 25 minutes from Greensboro, so I was like, Blood and Guts, I'm definitely going. I have a limit. If AEW comes within a 5-hour drive, I go.
Oh wow.
So, but we did the VIP experience this time around. And so we got to do like a meet and greet. So we got to meet Bandito and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat before the show.
Nikki is super jealous already.
I love Steamboat so much. How was it meeting him? Oh my gosh.
It was awesome. Well, it was funny because after when we first got into the room for the meet and greet, the gentleman for AEW was like, I have a legend coming in. And somebody asked if it was Ric Flair. And he goes, no, that's a lawsuit. And I died. I almost fell out of the chair.
Oh my God.
That's one thing. So what's interesting is, so Nikki and I, not sure, Kat, if you caught this in time to listen, Nikki and I got engaged on the Jericho Cruise, the second one with AEW. And that's one thing that AEW does phenomenally well is the meet and greets and that whole experience that like the viewer like experience is unbelievable. Like that whole cruise, Nikki, I don't know, I don't want to speak for you on it, but like just like everything and how they went about like setting up the show and like the experience was phenomenal. AEW does a great job with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the first time that I did it. And like this year has totally sucked for me. My father was murdered in February. And so I was like, this year has just totally sucked for me. I was like, I think I want to do this time. So me and my son went. And when we come home that night, he's like, thanks, Mom. And I'm like, thanks for what? Because like normally he just get his stuff, get ready to go to bed because we got in late. And I was like, thanks for what? He's like, for such a great experience. So I tweeted that out, and I actually had Tony Khan like that tweet.
Awesome.
So, but also a little tidbit. I overheard the production crew talking. It took them 17 hours to get that cage up. And once they got it up, they couldn't get it to work.
Oh my gosh.
So they were in there until like almost midnight the night before trying to get that cage to work.
Oh God.
The dedication. That's so crazy.
And yes, West Side Gun was like 5 seats over from where I was.
Oh wow.
Because my son kept seeing people come over there and say hey to him, like, wrestlers and security. Yeah. And he's like, who is that? And I was like, I have no idea. But when I got home, I seen somebody had posted a picture of him on Twitter. And I was like, and my son was standing right behind because he got a picture of Shibata. And my son was right behind Shibata. And then he has said to Westside Gunn, "I seen you at AEW tonight." So that's how I figured out who it was.
That's awesome. Kat, this is always fascinating to me, because, Nikki and I talk about like our lineage and like how we got into it. You're talking about one of the event with your son, and like what made you and your son bond over wrestling? Like who kind of do you agree on, disagree on? Like what for the both of you, gets you to kind of your gears grinding, so to speak?
I've been watching wrestling since I was 8. I got into it because that's what my grandfather would watch on Saturday nights. So my mother worked retail, and she always picked Saturday nights to do her late shift and close the store because she was a manager. So I always stayed at my grandparents until my parents got off work that night. So my grandfather would watch it. So I just sit down and watch it, and I started getting into it. Like, I grew up on like the Mid-Atlantic wrestling. So, and then my husband would watch it when we got together, because when I was pregnant with my daughter, she's the oldest, we were going over names. And so he was determined if it was a boy, his name was going to be Brendan, after Brendan Shanahan, because my husband was Detroit. He's a big Red Wing fan. So I was like, okay, well, we were sitting at his parents' house watching a pay-per-view or something, and we were trying to come up with a middle name, and Stone Cold Steve Austin come out. I said, Brendan Austin. So he was going to be Brendan Austin if my daughter had been a boy. So, and I guess ever since I was pregnant, my son has known wrestling.
Well, I guess because it's interesting to me, because like generationally, right? Like everyone has their own person from their time, and like talking like Josh and talking about him with his daughter, like with Jey Uso. Like, is there a wrestler that you both, whether it's AEW, WWE, wherever, that you both agree on that like kind of just bridges the gap?
No, we both love Kenny Omega. And every time we have gone to an AEW event, he's either been injured, not on the show. So in April, they came to Norfolk, Virginia, and they had that 6-man against Okada and the Bucks, and it was Kenny Omega and somebody. I conned my mother into buying me tickets for my birthday, which was in June. I said, Mom, can I get my birthday present early? The tickets go on sale, and I've never seen Kenny wrestle, and I really want to go, and I know he's going to be there, barring he don't get injured in 3 weeks. And she's like, yeah, whatever. So we agree on Kenny Omega. We don't agree on Hangman, because I literally had a sign that said Hangman sucks. He countered my sign with Hangman rocks.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
That is great. I always love hearing about that, because like again, like to like in a different, like in sports, Nikki, like you went against your father's alma mater, so to speak, with sports. So like it's kind of funny.
Well, that was the thing. Like we never sports wrestling. Like every person like I rooted for, he would root against, because he loved to be the heel, and I was like, oh, the baby, like being young, I'll beat the baby faces, and I was like, he loved everyone that I hated, and that's just how we bonded over fucking wrestling, just to talk shit to each other.
My first wrestling event, I want to say, I think I was like 8 or 9, maybe 9 or 10, but it was the Great American Bash at the Greensboro Coliseum, and that's all I wanted for my birthday was tickets to go see the Great American Bash. My dad happened to work in Greensboro at the time, and he knew people at the Coliseum, so he got me tickets. So he took me for my birthday, and I remember seeing Ric Flair and Nikita Koloff wrestle in a cage, and Ric Flair was climbing up the outside of the cage, and Nikita grabbed him and pulled his pants down, and the only thing I can remember was seeing Ric Flair's ass. And so when I get home, my mom was like, how was the show? I said, I seen Ric Flair's butt. That's all I could say. That's all I remembered from that show.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, yeah, interesting, the things you remember as a kid. Cat.
But that's all I can remember. But yeah, Blood and Guts was awesome. I mean, I think I jumped like 3 times when you'd have slammed Darby into the barricade where we were sitting, because we were sitting right there on the front row. And every time he did, I would jump. I was like, okay, I really like sitting here, but this is kind of scary if they fall into my lap.
Yeah, it's a different experience. Nikki and I got the privilege of doing that in once price, and it's like, oh man, the barricade's moving. You're like, oh yeah, things can get really intense pretty quickly.
And like those stairs, like where they came out from the ramp, those stairs were literally right there at the corner where we were sitting at. Like there was really no room between the barricade and those steps because of the double rings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and well, I guess that's the thing with the intimate arenas now, which I love with AEW because it works so much better for what the presentation that they're going for nowadays. Like it just probably makes that environment so much stronger, like ECW back in the day.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people I seen online bitching because Ric Flair wasn't on the show. For some reason, he wasn't feeling well, so they brought him out prior to the show starting, and he said like a few words, and then they like ushered him out.
Mm. Yeah, I worry because he's lived an interesting life, so it's at the point where everyone wonders he's definitely avoided some tough situations for a while. So
and they were probably scared of what he'd say.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. True, that's true. Kat, before we let you go, we usually like to let everyone have their last shot. We hope you come back. You're North Carolina, you're East Coast, so we're here every Friday. So hopefully you come back.
Yes. Yes. I just got out of the movies. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna chill. And I might work on my dissertation. I haven't decided, which is on wrestling.
Nice. I love it. Love it. Kat, pleasure. First time her debut on the
What?
It's so nice seeing you in person.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. And can I self-promote myself? You
Absolutely.
can check my blogs out on themidpodcast.com. They're either wrestling or sports related.
Love it.
Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kat, feel free to come back whenever. Every Friday.
Put your blog in the link in the chat so everyone can see it.
Exactly. That's what this is all about.
We're
all here. We all love wrestling. You got a blog, podcast, YouTube show. Come on in. We want to hear what you're drinking, what you're thinking. Promote your stuff. That's what this is all about. So, Nikki, from Kat to someone who knows Kat very well, let's bring him in. A little Reese Lightning from overseas. Reese!
Happy anniversary!
Yeah, happy Reese-iversary.
Reese-iversary.
I'm good at that stuff. I was born to do marketing-ish.
I think we'll go with Steelversary.
Unbelievable, Reese. I gave you that great line and you just threw it in my face.
I mean, I'm wearing a Hugo Boss shirt. Of course I did.
Come on, let's see now. See, you gave me this power. Now I know.
Get it, girl.
We can double check. Reese, hold on. Wait, Reese. Where'd you go?
He's showing the Chelsea background he has.
Oh, Reese, show off your shirt though.
Got him!
I couldn't
Reese,
resist.
we love you.
You did it to yourself. Reese, you should have known better. You've seen Mikey on this show with his tank top bringing that sex appeal. You know exactly what's going to happen.
I bet I've got the beard now, so it works.
I know. You get the I said it was a Triple H beard, but he didn't agree with me.
I don't think we're quite there yet.
Thank God.
No. As a facial hair connoisseur, that's not a Triple H.
Exactly.
It's getting it.
I feel deeply about facial hair.
Nikki has her opinions on this. I know this all too well.
Oh.
What are you thinking, babe?
4 years of steel chair. That's what I'm thinking, eh?
No. Oh my God.
You did with a broken freaking back.
Exactly.
There you go. See? Look at that.
Yeah.
I was going to write that in today, but then you said you're doing the show tomorrow, so I have to write it in tomorrow now.
Yeah, just because there was people that wanted to come on, but they're not available till tomorrow, and I felt like one day can miss. So I did a stream anyway. Had some fun. Slander TNA, which is not something I do often, but had to be done. And funnily enough, they're on right now for Turning Point, and I'm not watching it because of
You've
last
had a turning
show.
point on your feelings on TNA, it seems like.
Yeah, for the first time in years, I'm not watching a show. No. It's put me off.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is breaking news on the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. This could be Nikki's non-kayfabe news. Reese is not watching a TNA show. Are you going to break this next week, Nikki?
Well, is it because it's the NXT coming in and then Frankie coming in and then Santana?
Yeah.
That's the crux of it.
I'm sick and tired of this whole thing. This is not. Goodness sake.
Cat loves trolling you.
Kat, I think I love you so much.
Just remember, Catherine, Hangman's still waiting for you. Hangman's still waiting for her.
Oh, it's too funny. Too funny.
Yeah. But
anyway, what are you thinking, Reese? Sorry, I let chat distract us.
Honestly, I don't like how this has gone. The TNA NXT part. It doesn't. I'm sick of the wrong word being used. This is not a partnership. Like, a partnership isn't about amalgamizing and taking everything. A partnership is meant to be equal. It's meant to be beneficial and improving. This is
Reese.
COVID wrestling.
COVID. I agree with you to some extent. So all right. So I love doing this just because
I've been against it since day one. Nothing can change my opinion.
I agree with you. I want to say this, that I agree with this take that like this partnership between TNA and WWE has been dog shit. But but I will say this. Theoretically, if we're just talking like apples to apples comparisons, right? And I don't know this. On our comparison wise, right? Like we're talking about the crossover and who's giving talent. Like, let's just talk about talent, right? Who's giving talent where and where it's going.
Yeah.
And TNA is definitely giving the better end of their talent to WWE. I think we all agree. Nikki, do you agree with that?
I agree. It's a reflection of that 100%.
So my and I'm gonna use my Nikki term, devil's avocado here, is that the exposure and the talent that WWE is giving TNA is probably on par with what they would normally get from any talent in that position anyhow. And what I mean by that is if you're a mid-card talent in WWE, or maybe even in an NXT main eventer in WWE, and you get sent to TNA, you probably could be the equivalent in terms of exposure and fan base, because how many people leave WWE and then go to, you name the promotion, MLW, TNA, whatever, and then have that same appeal, even though we're like, that guy wasn't anything in WWE, but now they're a main eventer in X promotion. So in that aspect, I could make the case that, yeah, like the talent that WWE is sending over there could be equivalent, because you're getting younger talent that may be main event talent or upper mid-card talent at some point in time that right now, if you put them on a TNA show, would probably be there and be in that role. So from WWE's perspective, yeah, we're giving you equivalent talent, but from TNA's talent, we're not, because TNA is giving you their main eventers, their Santanas of the world, their Joe Hendrys of the world that they've spent years building up. So it's not the same investment, but financially, it probably could be the same thing.
I see your point, and I think that's actually a fair take on it. I think that's actually very fair. But my counter to your fair point is, why not just allow instead of it being an NXT partnership, why can it not just be TNA and WWE? Like, I wasn't, like, before, like, I've said it so many times on my own channel, I never agreed with TNA and AEW as a partnership either. I never did, because I felt like it was in the wrong period. And I felt like it was the same thing. TNA were still struggling financially. In a ways, they still are, but I think Scott D'Amore was a much better booker, so it was safe. But they were still in small arenas. The hardcore fan base was still there. But there wasn't a lot of star equivalent to match AEW. And that doesn't help. So, and it's the same with, you look at the current TNA roster, there's only 5 or 6 that could match the main event WWE roster. And that for me doesn't work. And I feel like the only way it can work is if you just don't partner together. I don't think partnerships in wrestling actually works unless it's, ironically in Japan, they work well because they don't compete against each other in a different way that the States do. So I just don't think it works. Like, the only time a partnership for TNA worked was either with New Japan or the NWA, because it's how the company started. It was under the NWA banner and it worked. So
to your point,
and I've watched TNA since day one.
Well, a lot of it too has to do with, like, a partnership should work because of the fact that you're not competing in any way. So like you don't have TV deals or rights deals anywhere where you name the promotion AEW, WWE would impose over that. So like, I think that's why like the WWE and like that, even like back in the 90s, like did that stuff with New Japan and like All Japan, because they knew we're not reaching that audience. So there's no harm, no foul. And that's the problem, is like everyone, especially now, like we're in a day and age in the last 20 years where the internet, you could reach anybody, anywhere. So like theoretically, you know, here you are in Scotland, right? And like, you're watching WWE, but you could also watch, you know, TCW and our show tomorrow, like, and you could love TCW from overseas. So like that on-demand viewership changes everything.
It does, and I agree that it's important, but I just think if you look at it from a perspective which doesn't make any sense, and I was there as evidence, like I said, I've been there since day one. I was in the TNA forums in 2008, 2009, 2010, and all I saw was lol TNA ruined this, TNA have done this wrong. And I was in the WWE forums as well at the same time, so we're going back a long time. It's always like, this is perfect, and I'm sitting there going, these are the same usernames, and the worst thing is, they were shitting on a Kurt Angle AJ Styles match, saying it was crap, but then they were praising.
You can say it. You can say it.
They were praising Crime Time versus the Highlanders. Before he got unfairly sacked.
No, except me.
And this is like, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So like that hardcore tribal nonsense, I've seen it for over a decade. But now it's the same people who are now praising this. And I'm like, Hypocrite FC. It's too much, but I don't like the partnerships. They never work out. They always end in disaster. And this one will. And when I'm proven right, I'll be getting on my gravestone.
Fair enough. What else are you thinking, Reese?
I'm going to give a funeral to the IC title. It's dead now. 1979 to 2025. My favorite championship is gone. Like I just can't. Nah, I'm sorry. That's trolling on a grand level.
Cena's just giving you a thumbs up. The title's in good hands.
God, I hate him. God, I hate him. Can he hurry up and retire?
Does he? So Reese, do you think that Nikki's theory is correct that he might drop the title back to Dom?
I mean, I would like him to, because again, this doesn't feel right at all. Like, I actually think this is what they should have done at the start of his retirement tour. I don't care about his retirement tour, but I would have done Cena as champion for 6 months. Like, that would have been so much stronger. But no, give him the 17 title because, what the hell? And then they give him this, and I'm like, it's too little, too late. And it's the one title he's never wrestled for it either, and he wins it at the first attempt. Like, and people want Sheamus to win the belt? No. His time has passed. Like his knees getting off the ground.
Yeah, I don't know that, like...
I think this is like, I agree with Ed, like when he called this the Ruthless Depression era. I call this Toothless Depression.
Where's Ed? See if I can find. Yeah, can't find it. But yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, to me, like, I get it. I get your point. Like, yeah, give him 6 months with the belt. You can elevate someone in the mid card.
At least, yeah.
Well, so here's the other thing: is he's now Intercontinental Champion. Like, you could have elevated another mid carder in that time frame. Like, who's the next person to take that mantle that could be like, if you gave Cena that 6 month reign, right?
Mm-hmm. He's Linda Frozen.
But like, you give Cena that 6 month reign.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you dropping that IC title back to?
I think the option was right there for a heel Penta. I would have gave a heel title run to Penta because all he's been since he's come in is, oh, the Canadian Destroyer's my new finisher now, which is not right at all. Oh, he's got a fancy entrance. It doesn't feel like Penta to me, and I've watched this guy for years. I'm like, this isn't him. But I'm like, you make him a heel, package pile driver, or Penta driver Cena, and he just wins the belt clean in the middle of the ring.
I think WWE struggles with how to book. I'm just going to generalize everything, but like foreign
exports, yeah. Like Nakamura's the best example.
Oh no, like, and I hate this, like, use it, like, but like Asian Japanese wrestlers, they're terrible at, like, look back at Shinzo Suzuki, like all these guys, they don't know how to, and even to some extent, like
Tajiri for a bit as well was booked horribly.
Oh yeah, but look at, like, Julia is someone who's a great example of, as we talked about, like, she doesn't have a mastery of the English language, which is not the worst thing, but like, you have to book someone like that a specific way. You have to book them as they're a dominant in-ring talent, and
she's bilingual. She's
Japanese and Italian.
Yeah, similar to myself, German Italian cross with the Scottish,
but like,
yeah, she's Japanese Italian. That's even harder.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. The problem is the barrier, because you have, regardless of however you want to look at it, you have two ways of getting somebody over. They're either physically imposing and you book them to dominate everybody.
Julian Stardom.
Yeah. And they're physically imposing, and you can do that, or they're in the ring so good that you show it, but you have to show it over time. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. And that's what happened. And the best example I can give of that is Asuka. Asuka took years and years to get over because the language barrier hurt her. And and she didn't have that ability to connect and cut great promos to get over. So she had to utilize the in-ring ability, which everyone knew she had, and it took time. And it's a lot like, it's not unlike anyone, like, and I don't, not to harp on it, but like the language thing doesn't necessarily matter. Whether you speak any other language foreign to English or whatever, it's the charisma aspect.
There's a prime example of it took promo skills a long time.
Yeah, and but that's the point. Yeah, right. Like you have to show him in the ring, and everyone recognizes over time how good they are. And okay, but you have to be booked a certain way to get over like that. And that's the problem, is that it's gonna take time to get there. And Asuka is the perfect example of someone who's booked successfully, but it took years and years to get there.
I think it's a bit. I don't know if Nikki might agree with me on this as well, because we seem to be on a telepathic link tonight, which is quite funny. But I also feel like if you're a foreign talent as well, they're not giving them time to adapt in this way. It's forced or be forced out. And if that's the case, then I don't advocate for talent not going to a promotion that they want to go to. But if you want to go to WWE, spend 10 years in the States first. If that's your aim, go elsewhere. Don't just go there, because they're not going to help you. And you look at recent years, they aren't. If you're like, Nakamura's one of the most accomplished Japanese wrestlers of all time. And what's WWE ever done for him in terms of helping assimilate to their style? They gave them Rick Boogs. I mean, that was a little bit funny, but everything that was about him that was authentic was taken away.
But is that what I was kind of going up? I agree with you, Reese. But like thinking like at NXT, like Shinsuke, I just remember him and first Bobby Roode, and he called him a Shibu Inu, and like you're a dog, and I'm like, he wasn't. And same with Asuka. I feel like their English is not bad. Like it's a little broken, obviously, but like I know what you're saying. I think Shinsuke gave decent promos and then came to main roster with AJ, and then all of a sudden he's like, I don't know. And it's
here's the problem. Here's the problem with all of that. Half of the battle is on the microphone versus in the ring, and you have to be silver-tongued in the ring on the microphone. And that's what, even when you're being put down and you're not the one getting over, if you talk well and you speak well, you still win in the storyline. And that's the problem, is that unless you cut a great promo, that if you're still going to lose, you show why it doesn't matter. That's what keeps your character relevant. And that's honestly what to me.
Sometimes I don't think it always happens, and that's purely because there are some great talkers that are just lucky that they're great in the ring, but there's some great wrestlers that outshine the talkers because the talkers can't translate to, and it's not just about translating the actual words, but translating the action. Like, if you can't translate from outside the ring into the ring, you're not believable. Like, I say Brett's the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. He's the greatest wrestler in my opinion of all time. But his first set of promos, he was nervous as hell. It wasn't until he started wearing the Razor specs. He did years of wearing the Razor glasses, and then he took them off, and you saw how confident he was. But he backed it up. And I'm like, you can't just say you're the best without being the best. Or like, obviously it's a taboo subject, but it's an actual, it's what we're talking about. But as an example, Chris Benoit. Yes, he's a controversial topic, but in 2000, when the likes of Kurt Angle, Chris Jericho are in WWE at the time, and they're great technicians, he is saying it barefaced, I am the best technical wrestler in the world. Prove me wrong. I don't remember anyone outworking Benoit in 2000. That includes Jericho and Kurt. So like, if you back it up, you back it up. If you can't, then what's the point? So
yeah, but if you're only given like 30 seconds, it doesn't matter how good you are. You're still going to get
you can still do a lot in 30 seconds. You just have to be convincing. That's why Hulk Hogan's career means nothing.
There's a lot you could be done in 30 seconds.
I know. We didn't talk about fucking Nixon Newell didn't want to lose a match in 3 minutes, and you can say all the people that lost matches in 3 minutes and fucking look at them. I see this, baby. I say this to you all the time. Give me a chip and a chair, and I'll show you. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 5 seconds. Give me 30 minutes. I will fucking show you. And I think that's the mentality. And then maybe Triple H or whoever doesn't give him the time because I don't think Asuka can't speak English. I don't think Shinsuke can't speak English. Like they can talk. Don't be like, because I think Io did like an interview when she talked, but she's like, I get so nervous being on the mic in front of everyone because she's like, I know it's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be fucking perfect.
Exactly.
Again, like Asuka coming out, her first thing is like, no one's ready for Asuka, and she fucking went on a tear in NXT. I'm like, I don't care if she can't talk. She's like, no one's ready for me, and I'm gonna fucking prove it to you.
Yeah, but you have to get booked a certain way. There's only certain people that can get booked win after win after win. That's my whole point.
Yeah, we have G who can't talk, can't fucking wrestle, but she's gonna squash someone.
But she's the only. Yeah, but someone has to win, someone has to lose, and that's kind of my point. I don't know.
A winner and a loser is important, but the real losers are actually the talent that aren't actually working to improve themselves. They're the ultimate losers at the end of the day, and that's why I call him DUI Uso, because at the end of the day, he's just a guy that gets arrested. Crimes against wrestling. He is an example. He is someone that will never truly convince me that he deserves to be in wrestling over someone who's no longer in it now. Like, I would rather watch a retired Marco Stunt. That's what had me shocked face. Jesus, Catherine.
I know. I knew you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Catherine's on point tonight.
That's Catherine with Thunder Rosa and Hangman Page at the same time.
Get it, girl.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Catherine's going to kill
Thunder Rosa. You have to roll your R's, Reese.
Rosa.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. No one.
Reese, before we let you get out of here, your last shot.
Last shot. Okay then. So, all right, I got one. Okay, let's do this. My channel's 4 years older than your lives could ever be in life, and making you mean something in special terms. You'll get it when I finish it, don't worry. But just because my channel's hit 4 years doesn't mean you can't live an expectation of your own. So hit the like, subscribe, behave, and if you don't, I'll kill you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reese Lightning. Which movie is that? Time to be alive.
Time to be alive.
Nikki, this has been.
Josh is watching AEW. Reese is not watching TNA. Like, we're in the upside down right now.
I know. We were literally in the upside down as the final season of Stranger Things is dawning upon us.
I've never seen
Kat
it.
Loves the Reese Lightning. Kat.
Girl.
You keep calling in, Kat. You're getting an intro. So, Kat, we need more ladies in this. We had Chelsea coming on tonight. It was ladies night tonight.
Chelsea, Lisa. Now we have Kat. We have Roisin. I need more ladies. If you are a friend for the show, Mark came on the show promoting his Bad Guys book, the story of the NWO, and he was like, "Oh, Nikki, it's so nice to see a sausage fest." So I need my ladies that ladies watch wrestling too. Please, thank you. I love you, my ladies.
Exactly.
Anyway, go on.
Nikki, from some ladies to a regular to close us out. Last call.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Steven. love you.
And much like the show, as you just said, I also need more ladies.
Get it, girl.
I know, Steve. What do you, or would you prefer? Would you prefer a little bit of this?
Oh, that's new.
I found all these tracks I had that were hidden that I downloaded many moons ago that are now going to show.
Yeah, they're both old school, but that's really old school. That second one.
Yeah.
Baby.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't have a bit to improvise there. So.
Dude, what are you drinking? What are you thinking, buddy?
I'm thinking it is finally good to be out of captivity after about
yeah, you got a car back.
25 days. And let me give you an observation that came to mind during the last 10 days, all the processes I've been going through. And I'm surprised this didn't come to mind sooner. If you really believe that your car salesman was genuinely being nice to you, then you probably thought the stripper or the waitress was really into you too. No, man, we had a connection.
Acknowledge me.
Girl.
I never felt I hate car shopping and leaving any dealership. I always feel like I need to go be hosed down with sanitizer. Like seriously. Oh. But it's over.
I know someone who does used to do car sales. Our good friend Mike Tedesco from WrestleView used to be a car salesman. Fun. I used to always talk about car sales with him. Very interesting.
So then, Steven, you have a car. You're functional now.
Funny, I get it home. I don't drive it for 2 days, and already it died. So now they came out and fixed it, but when you have the roadside assistance person tell you, it's like, I just drove this on Sunday and it's Wednesday and now it's dead already. All right, I'll charge it up, but now you got to go drive it up and down the highway for an hour. Like, I just got this. It's only got 12,000 miles on it.
What car did you buy? So I know not to buy it.
Yeah.
I got a Hyundai Venue.
Well, you were in the right venue, apparently.
Yeah. It's this mini SUV. And
you gotta go today.
Yeah. No, it works pretty well. But I mean, I didn't drive it. I drove it round trip somewhere on Sunday. Didn't drive it Monday. Didn't drive it Tuesday. Take it out to go outside to take it to the office on Wednesday. Dead. The key fob doesn't work. Nothing. It's one of those where you got to drive it every so often, or it's gonna die on you like that. The battery won't hold the charge. I'm like, it was 2 days. Whatever. It's okay for now. I've driven it since. I drove it a couple of times today. It's fine for now. But I've already read up on.
I feel like the car Rikishi drove is in better shape than what you bought.
I've already read up on lemon law in case I need to go do that. So,
Steven,
we shall see. But yeah, vultures, all of them. What? One of my favorite. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. With
Fair
the
enough.
exception of maybe the service people. Most of the service people are okay. The receptionists are always good. Everybody else, yeah.
Fair enough. Steven, let's bring it back to some hopefully happier times in wrestling.
All right, let's see where to begin. Well, we have a new TNA champion.
Yeah, I know. I know Reese was very upset about how short that
I
match
don't
was.
love any of them. No.
Yes, Frankie Kazarian. Frankie Kazarian, probably a career thank you, and he'll just have it for a couple of weeks, which is just as good because anybody named Frank shouldn't be at the head of anything. You know, people named Frank shouldn't lead anything. People named Frank, are usually problem.
Fair enough, Steven.
Yes. I hope he doesn't mind that I call him Frank. It fits the bit.
Not a friend of the show.
Exactly.
No. As far as the requiem for the Intercontinental title that Reese provided, I wouldn't go writing it off just yet. It's obviously Cena's not going to have it very long. They gave it to him as a farewell present, along with like all the money he made from all the merch, I'm sure. And
Seriously.
I wouldn't cast judgment on that just yet until whoever's going to be next in line. He's either putting somebody over to win the title or he's just going to vacate it. But so it's only a matter of who's he going to do it. Who's he going to do that for? I thought Dom did fine with it. Obviously not as good a job as Gunter did, but I thought he did a fine job with it, and I think he's set up for bigger and better things. I've already got that retirement match, hair versus retirement match between him and his dad booked.
Yeah.
I'm going to will this into existence.
Steve, you might. You've willed a couple things, I feel like.
You've done it, sir.
I'm getting there. I've got 3 matches I would like to see at Mania already. None of them main event matches, but eventually, if I keep saying it, it'll happen at Mania some year, and I'll be right.
Yeah, I guess that right law of
3
averages.
years from now, it'll be a thing.
Yeah, but I've gone over that the hair versus mask and retirement match stipulation. That I understand Survivor Series is in San Diego. I mean they haven't even started building it yet. I mean it's what, like 2 weeks away now. So if they're intending to do a match or that kind of a match at Survivor Series between Ray and Dom, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I would let that build to Mania because there's so much emotion and storyline that they could use pertaining to that stipulation. If that's what they want to do. But I mean, yeah, that should be Ray's farewell match.
To your point though, does Dom need to have Dom should probably drop the AAA belt and because you don't need the mask versus hair, you don't need a belt in there. It's just extra.
Oh no title. I mean that could even be like the final impetus for it. And then in the end, the finish I had in mind, that could be the impetus for Dom finally officially becoming a full-fledged face, and lead to a great Mania moment. Ray would win the match, but still,
I thought Dom would win the match and take the mask and use the mask you're wearing my mask.
No, I think they have to start planning the exit strategy from Dom being a heel, and being the Eddie Guerrero type face that he really should be. But yeah, no, I think it should be mask versus hair in retirement. Ray wins. They go to cut Dom's hair. Ray saves him from that, and Ray says how proud he is of Dom. Nobody interfered. You did this all on your own, and takes off the mask and gives it to him anyway. And they hug, and the family comes in and hug. Big heartwarming moment, et cetera, et cetera. Break time. Yay, cheer, yay.
Yeah, if they were to do it that way, I'd be into it.
Yeah. Which pretty much now guarantees they won't do it that way. But
I know, because Steven wrote it.
Again, willing it into existence.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well put, Steve. Steve, before we let you out, Nikki, what do you want?
No, I was gonna say again. No, it's fine. Because I was like, he should put Dom over. Because if you're going out, you should go on your back. But we go on.
I like the idea of him losing and then giving him the mask to Dom, and Dom maybe carries it on for however long.
Yes, you've earned the right to carry on the Mysterio legacy. You've proven yourself to me and everybody, and I'm proud that you're my son. And that's great. And Dom finally at that point rebukes the Judgment Day, or has rebuked it in the lead up. And no, this is something I have to do myself. And they put on a great 15-20 minute banger of a match. And that's how it ends. And eventually they're going to open that letter I sent and see this idea.
Steve, before we let you go, what is your last shot? Maybe a letter you've sent somewhere.
Yes. I don't think that Charlotte is. We talked about this earlier. I don't think that Charlotte is stuck as a heel. I think that with the right booking, I mentioned it in the chat. I think with the right booking, the right writing, the right storyline, I think she can be a pretty over face. And, I just point to where Roman was before he got hit with the right white hot storyline and characters to associate with. And we heard the reaction when he came back that first match after losing the title at Mania 40. And I don't know if Charlotte could be that level of over, but I think it can be done. I don't know how it can be done. Maybe again with that storyline I was pushing between her and Becky, based on their real life personal issues that they've had over the years, to add a level of authenticity to it, and that could be a Mania match. But Becky they have to write it so that Becky is the heel in the story, much like she's a heel now. That might actually work, and I think it can work. I don't know if it will work, but why not?
It could be, also Roman had the whole faction that helped support him. So I don't know, Charlotte could be great with a faction. A heel faction would be great for her too.
But is she also behind the 8 ball? Because her and Roman kind of samey time to come up to me.
Yeah.
But then he also had the 4 years that everyone was all about him. Is she 4 years behind the 8 ball that we have to rebuild her back up to be a face or a heel that everyone cheers? I don't know if she's got that kind of time.
Well, I mean, just because none of us can think of a way to do it doesn't mean it can't be done.
Very true.
I'm just saying, let's give her a chance. I thought she did a good job with Alexa. I think she'll continue to do a good job with Alexa. Although, judging from what I peeked in to tonight, maybe she's headed back down the heel path without giving anything away. But we shall see. But I'd like to defend. Yes, Charlotte is great at playing a heel. But I'd like to defend that she can't be super over as a face.
I get it.
No, I agree with you there. I think she's kind of Nikki's
by a lot of accounts, she's actually a pretty nice person, away from the ring. And I thought all these Alexa segments, that was less of Charlotte and more of Ashley, which I've said before here. And, keep going down and exploring that path. And But yeah, you're right. There's probably not that much more time in her in-ring career, and gotta think of something relatively quickly if that's what you want to do.
No, it's fair.
And if you see my label, never wrong. So
Nope.
Never wrong. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. I have a match in the next hour, so I gotta go.
Go ahead, Steven. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, Nikki.
Oh, goodness.
A big night. A lot of people.
This is our longest.
Yeah, one of our longest shows, a big marathon show. We appreciate all of you coming in. Chelsea B coming in. We had Kat. We had a ladies' night of sorts, Nikki. You're not alone. No minority, no more.
All right.
I know. We gotta keep the ladies' night going. So, Kat, you better come back on. Chelsea B.
Yes.
You're always welcome. The ladies are always welcome. Nikki, let's let Triple H take us out like he always does.
Thought we had a spectacular event tonight. Very excited that so far everybody seems to have come out unscathed. Banged up, bumps and bruises, but nobody seriously injured, which I always hold my breath on these events. You want to see people have the best outing that they can possibly have and make memories, but do it safely. And we were able to do that tonight.
Nikki, another night without incident. New friends, Kat. Pleasure having you, Kat. Next Friday, we expect you back. We are back here, though, tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe a little more for our friends overseas, Reese.
TC-Dub.
Yeah, TCW, 4 p.m. Eastern time. TC-Dub, yes. We are excited to take part in the pre-show tomorrow, so hopefully you can join us for then. You want to send in your questions to some of the talent that's on the roster that's going to be there. Yep. Toni Cheney, Zach Ruby. The Cheneys are going to be there. We got
Zach
James, everyone's favorite teacher. We got a bunch of people that are on the show. Yep. We got a lot to get through. So back here tomorrow at 4 Eastern time. Hopefully we catch you then. If you're not there, it'll be next Friday at 6. But until then, you do not have to go home.
But you can't stay here. Goodbye, my baby.